Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka Hey You Get Off My Lawn, aka Kris, you're being creepy again. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. We usually delve into a lot of painting talk as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. So, first time viewer, be warned. Of course, if you are watching this after the fact, you can submit your questions and emails to Kris@wayofthebrush.com. If you have pictures, send them as attachments. Don't send them off as links to other sites because I just won't click it, and it's annoying. Because it's often because of the ads and everything like that. But anyway. Also in the description below is a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all this silliness, has the links to all the social medias, Instagrams, Twitters, and all that, as well as Discord. Join us on Discord. It's a lot of fun. We keep the conversation rolling there all the time, and we have varying channels to ask your questions and show off what you're working on, or post whatever crazy thoughts come to your head. So lots going on the Discord. It's a nice little community we've built there. It's a lot of fun, a lot of sharing going on, which is what I like to see. Also at wayofthebrush.com is a link for t-shirts. Want to get yourself a t-shirt? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world. They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And of course, if you've purchased yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which is also at wayofthebrush.com, because it's nice to put a name to the face and a face to the name. Also at wayofthebrush.com is a link for Patreon support. I'm independent these days, and you want to help support the channel, help it continue to grow and expand and become better and more informative, and just all around just helping it out. And Patreon is the way to go, and a huge thank you to all my patrons who currently support. Without you guys, we would not have gotten this far, and so a huge thank you. And I noticed a few of you have joined up recently, and so a huge thank you to you guys for signing up. And be sure to give me your shipping information if you're supporting at a particular tier, because there's certain perks that I will send out to you at varying tiers. So please be sure. And everybody else, there's a bunch of patrons out right now who don't have their shipping information. You guys gotta fill that stuff out, because I want to get this stuff out to you guys. And I just shipped out a whole bunch of stuff. So everybody right now who's already filled out their information, keep an eye out on your mailboxes, because something fun will be showing up for you soon. Dice, but also some other stuff. Thanks to Jabba's Left Nut for making it happen. So always much love for Jabba. Speaking of love, big thank you to Carl, aka Guymere Alfer, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Check him out. If you love yourself some beer and you love yourself some Blood Bowl, Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. We always take the time to thank Carl for taking the time out of his busy schedule for making the email jingles that play before the email segments of the show. So always much love to Carl in this life and the next. And on that note, I was just informed this morning that Carl is no longer with us in this world. So he passed away, and it's unfortunate. So always much love to Carl, and I wish I spoke to him more. We've been getting kind of serious these days on the show. It's this whole situation we're all in, right? And life is short, and you really need to make the most of it every day. I know it sounds kind of cliche and some sort of common platitude as far as life in general, but yeah, I had no idea. And but anywho, so I'm sure I'll see him in the next life. Maybe we'll play some Blood Bowl. And of course, speaking of love, Big thank you to my baby brother Evan for taking the time out of his busy day to create the intro, outro music that plays the beginning and end of this show. So always much love to my baby brother Evan. And of course, if you're interested in, if you're one of those folk that still enjoys comics and such, geez Louise. Oh, Twitchy subscribed. Thank you, Twitchy. I got to change that graphic. It scared the crap out of me. And yeah, so EB Comics, check him out on Instagram, Facebook. If he's got the hookup on your rare comics. So, and also I think it's ebcomics.com as well. Check him out. Oh man, yeah, Twitch Kranos rip Carl. Yeah, rest in peace, Carl. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Like I said, like it's it's a bit of a dire note to get started on the day, but it is drizzly here, still hot as balls, but it's drizzly where I am, and Carl. Yeah, I know. Kind of bummed out now. I know. It's just, but I mean, such is life, right? I mean, So, anywho, Tiro Silvast, yes. Nathaniel, greetings, Kris and fellow monkeys, greetings. Tiro, oh hi. Legion, Monkey Time, Aaron Seach, hi to Kris and fellow monkeys, happy Saturday to Aaron. Sir Peanut Butter, morning, Kris and peeps, morning. The Heretic Scott, hey dudes. Hugh, we doing? Hugh or how? How are we doing? We're doing okay. Yeah. I almost decided against, doing a stream today, just, out of respect for Carl. But I figured, no, Carl was kind enough to send me one of these. I still use it. It sits right on my desk. I use it every day. It's really good. I like this coaster. It's nice and solid. You hear that? It's a nice solid one. But yeah, Beer and Blood Bowl. Yeah. And yeah, oftentimes, when you have a connection with somebody, and but I mean, unfortunately, you don't talk all that often, and then you get something like this, it's a shock, and it's unfortunate. Johnny's Chop Shop, let's get chopping. Nathaniel, episode 304, Jabba's Left Nut, made some fun stuff happen. All over the place, just all over the place. Aaron Seach, episode 304, for Carl. Nathaniel, WTF, what happened to Carl? What happened to Carl? I don't want to go into details, but he passed away. I think it was Wednesday, I believe, is I think what I got the gist of. So, yeah, and, part of me kind of wants to retire the email jingle segment, just, because obviously Carl's not around to, but then, I mean, I don't know, something I'll him and haw about, whether I'll retire the jingles, and again, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Nathaniel, episode 304, much love to Carl. Yes, much love to Carl. That's it. I like that one. Aaron, I like that one for Carl, but I think I like this one better. Much love for Carl. Definitely. I mean, yeah. And, like, what else can you say? I mean, like, without getting into any specifics about it, It's unfortunate. Sir Peanut Butter, teardrop, yeah. Reese Taylor, how do you guys Indominus secure? Did everyone get one? I don't know. Did everyone get it? Apparently, GW's site went down. I don't know. Is it still down? I have no idea. Let's check. You know what? Oh, maybe out of respect for Carl, they shut down their site. Maybe they said, geez, you know what? Maybe we should shut down the site for Carl. No, it didn't happen. Not for Carl. Damn GW. Oh, and there's some Blood Bowl. Look at that. There it is. Lots of Blood Bowl. I don't see anything up for the pre-orders. I don't see Indominus. Indomitable. Let's go click new releases. Take off pre-orders. No, I don't see anything for Indominus. I don't see squat. It was reported that, it was Twitter, but I thought the site went down. Or maybe maybe they had it down because they were getting the pre-order stuff ready. Maybe that's what it was. We'll say that's what it was. But yeah. And as far as everybody, well, I've been talking it up a bit. It's a fantastic box, but a lot of the box sets that GW puts out, they are pretty good deals. Like the start collecting boxes, you basically save yourself on the cost of one of those box sets, a unit of whatever's, right? Usually that's about the thing. And with this box set, apparently it was $240 Canadian, which is, like $1 something American, but it's to me, just looking at what you get in the box set, like you're getting one half of those armies. Either if you're a Necron player, you're getting all those Space Marines for free, and if you're a Space Marine player, you're getting all those Necrons for free, plus the rulebook, and the rulebook is $80 Canadian, I think, something like that. So it's a deal, and even if you want to, some of you really clever people out there, I'm sure you'll buy a box and, sell to a Necron player, sell to a Space Marine player, and get yourself the rulebook for free. You can always do that. Make $1 or $2, right? Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. But, it doesn't look like it's up for pre-order yet. At least not on the GW Canada site. Maybe on the UK site? I don't know. But, anyway. The Heretic Scott, man, that's terrible. Rest in peace. Yeah, I know. Always much love for Carl. Greg Gurman. Hey, Kris and Monkeys. Hey, Greg. Ebb and Flow. Sup, everybody? Sup, Ebb and Flow. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Damn, just got here. Sorry to hear about Carl. Yeah. Ruben Matinoff. Hey, Kris, and hey, guys. Hey, Ruben. Ariel Szynski. Sorry to hear that, Kris. Yeah. Well, we're all sorry, right? So, it's oftentimes, unfortunately, because we're separated, by an ocean, of course. He's all the way over in the UK. I'm in Canada. And you kind of wish you had closer ties to more people, like a lot of you guys out there. And unfortunately, so many of you that I talk to on a pretty regular basis. We talk all the time in Discord, and when we go to conventions, we hang out, and we have some laughs, have a meal, have some drinks, stuff like that. And when you have like a genuine connection with people, you kind of want to be deeper. But with so many people, unfortunately, you just can't, right? Not that you can't, it's you'd be busy with that all the time, just maintaining, relationships all the time. And, unfortunately, right now, I feel like, was there something else, that I could have helped out with? And, yeah. But, I think that's just my own hang-ups. Sir Peanut Butter. I'd say keep it as tribute. Yeah, I'm leaning 51% of the way to that. Just keep it there, and just keep them in the intro and outro. And of course, in the intro music that plays in the beginning, if you're not familiar who Carl is, Carl in the intro is the fella on the right standing with Duncan. Duncan's in the middle. There's three of them. I don't recall who buddy is on the left, but Carl's the one on the right, the tall fellow. Anywho, the diggery dude. G'day, Kris. G'day. I know it's a terrible accent, right? A little late, but I made it. Well, welcome. Dark Commission. Hi, Kris and Monkeys. Hi, Dark Commission. Ebb and Flow. I didn't know Carl, but didn't he make the jingles to be played? Would it be too painful for you to continue playing it? Well, that's kind of where I was kind of at the moment. But I mean, again, I'm still processing this news this morning because I just got it a couple hours ago, and and I was waiting on his friend to inform me as to what happened. Kind of. I mean, I got the general gist of things, but yeah. So yeah. Greg, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Oh, it goes up for pre-order. Is that what we're talking about? The pre-order goes up at 1. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if the site crashes. Maybe we'll tune in at 1 to this website and see if it crashes. Just you guys got to remind me when it gets close to 1 p.m. I mean, it's for me it's 12:18 right now, so in less than 42 minutes. Diggory Dude, I managed to get my Indomitus pre-order in at about 10 minutes after they were out of stock. Wait, it's already gone up? Well, how'd you get it? Or because it goes up earlier for you? Is that what it is? Oh, because it's already been Saturday for like a while now. Oh. Aaron Seach, my local gaming store, is taking pre-orders today. They were looking for $240 American. Oh, really? Interesting. Diggory Dude, the cost was $290 Australian, which I thought was pretty good considering what you get in the box. $290 Australian, which I know Australians, kind of get the short end of the stick on a lot of these deals from Games Workshop. I'm not 100% sure why it seems like so much stuff costs quite a bit in Australia. But anyway, because I mean, like Australian dollar and Canadian dollars, the currencies are the same almost, off by a couple points of a penny, I think. And it always seems like Aussies get shafted. They get shafted. I always say they get shafted. But I mean, even for $290 Australian or even $240 American, because $240 American, that sounds kind of high too. But maybe that's your local gaming store setting that price. I don't know. I don't know if that's what the retail price is for American. Because I know for Canadians, I'm pretty sure that's what our Max Aggression. I'm pretty sure that's what Dan was taking at that price tag. Maybe he changed it. I don't know. Maybe he had to adjust. Maybe it was initial before it was 100% settled or anything like that. But yeah. But even $290 Australian for what's in that box. Like I said, you price out at current prices for stuff. Okay, even for like the Necrons, 20 Necron Warriors, which I'm sure when these Necron Warriors come out for box, and they come out individually, they'll probably be 10-man, right? Because the one sprue was a 10-man sprue, so it'll probably be that one sprue, and that's going to be at least probably $50, $60, right? So 2 units of that, you're already at 120. I'm talking Canadian here. The destroyers, $80, right? So you're already looking at what, $200 already right there. Was it the Lord? What the hell else is the big scary thing? There's 2 characters, isn't there? 2 characters. God damn it! What's in that box? Hold on, I got the box right here. Jeez Louise. I'm terrible. Yeah, anyway. Alright, what do you get here? You get 20 Necrons. You get all those scarabs, but they're all in the same sprue. You get that Necron Duder, who's got the little thralls. You got that character. You got the big, tall, scarabby thingy. The big Lord. And that other character. So what is that? Let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 thingamabobbers? Yeah, I mean, even just on Necrons alone, plus the rulebook. So if you're a Necron player or a Space Marine player, I mean, the box is a deal. Not to sound like a shill, but this box is a deal. Yeah. you can snap it up, if you've got the resources to pick the box up, it couldn't hurt. And I mean, even if you're looking to just, get the rule book, and sell the Marines, sell the Necrons. I mean, hell, you might even make $1. Or just get the rule book for free. Either way, I know it sounds kind of shady, buy the box and then resell it, but people do it all the time. It seems to be the way of the hobby, right? So, yeah. Johnny's Chop Shop. Sorry, I don't feel like hobbling now. Goodbye, y'all. I'll see you later, Johnny. Talk to you later. Eldari Lamborghini. Greetings, monkeys. Tough day for our little community. Good to know we're all here. Yeah. David Brunfeld. I think a tribute to Carl would be to keep the jingles going. It would be memorial to him. Sure. Yeah. Like I said, I'm about 51% of the way. Keeping the jingles and, keep them in my intro, outro music and, obviously, there's always much love for Carl, right? Yeah. Dr. Xantos, hello, monkeys, hello. Twitchy, Kranos, UK site. It went up for about 5 minutes and then was out of stock. Site crashed 5 minutes later. Dr. Xantos, I'm saddened by the passing of Carl, even though I've never met the man or seen his content. Rest in peace. Yeah. Well, Carl, I mean, like, if you ever tuned into Beer and Blood Bowl, him and his buddies playing, I tuned in periodically here and there, and it was entertaining to watch them play and just basically listen to the guys talking shit to each other. Really, is what it is. I mean, it's just good for a laugh. It's just good for a laugh just listening to them, Because, I mean, like, obviously for me, I mean, like, I'm in Canada and, listening to, their conversations over in the UK, I mean, with the accent and everything like that and all the colorful words people seem to use over there, it always reminded me of, like, a Guy Ritchie movie. And I'm a big Guy Ritchie fan, except for Latin. And, yeah. It was good. It was good for a laugh. I wish I knew him better, Dr. Xantos, I was able to pre-order my Indomitus box set from the local store. Only 10 boxes will be coming here. Oof. The Heretic Scott, I went to Micromark a few days ago. It was a real rabbit hole shopping experience. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get the catalogs periodically. And they're nice, big, thick catalogs, so you can just kind of... you can basically go and take the book on the shitter and just peruse. It's a shitter book. Just taking the shitter with you. Dr. Santos. Also, have you seen the limited edition rulebook? It's more expensive than Indomitus box and doesn't come with anything extra. Just the book with a fancy cover and a box for it. Yeah, but I also saw that there was some sort of coin that you're supposed to be able to get and some objective markers. Now, is that with the the thing about the things? Hold on, I'm gonna go back here. Yeah, I mean, I didn't click the full thing here. No, no Indomitus. Indomitable. Yeah, as far as like what you get with the limited edition book, yeah. They do it every edition. I think since what, 3rd edition they've started doing these limited edition rule books. Because 2nd edition, I don't recall any limited edition books. There was just a lot of books. Road Trader, I don't recall any limited edition type of books. It was all pretty straightforward. And I think 3rd edition is when the limited edition. Maybe it was even 4th edition with the limited edition type stuff coming out. I'm having a hard time remembering now. Diggory Doo 290 was the price from GW. That's the same price as the Prophecy of the Wolf box set, and you're getting a lot more in the Indomitus box. Right. I mean, I know that there's a lot of talk about the previous box sets and this box set and the value of this box set versus those other box sets. But, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it was priced for what it was when it came out, and I mean, be thankful that this box set is a good deal. Like I said, like you can buy the box, sell off the Necrons, sell off the Space Marines if you don't collect either, and keep the rulebook, and you get the rulebook for free. I mean, free is free, man. Free is free. I mean, other than paying the initial price and then selling off the two factions, or keep it all and just buy the box because it is a good value, I think. I mean, does anybody out there disagree with that sentiment that this box set is a good value? Like, yeah. Jabba's Left Nut. The cheapest I found was 99 British pound, but they were out of stock GW in the UK, 125. Ghost Star Index, I don't know, Carl, but I reckon that if he could tell us himself, he would want you to keep it going. Yeah, I kind of figured that much as well, knowing what I knew of him. Or from him, I should say. Greg Gurman, I called my local GW shop, and he said the best way to get Indominus box was online. So it goes. So if that goes south, I'll be out of luck, I guess. Yeah. Unless they do another printing. Maybe. James of Kent. Afternoon, Kris. Afternoon, everyone. Sorry for being late. Don't be sorry. It's not like I'm taking attendance or anything like that. Dr. Xantos, the coin things are pre-order bonuses as far as I know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that it had little objective markers, which I thought were kind of cool, but they look kind of like, just like, CNC cut acrylic. So I don't know. I don't know if they were like specially sculpted things or, you know what I mean? Like they just kind of look like the tokens, But, yeah. The one I am interested in is the app. The app is interesting. The app, I'm probably gonna end up subscribing to it. Cause it's only because it's what $3 UK or British pound, which is probably going to be about $5 or $6 Canadian. I'm okay with that, especially if it keeps the rules relevant and you have access to an army builder, and you know what I mean. Because oftentimes, like with Battle Scribe, you got to wait until the book has been, somebody does the work and creates the files, and you know what I mean. And I'm sure with Games Workshop, it's going to have a bit more 40K flair to it. Especially if you print off your lists. I'm sure there'll be a printable function to them, or if you just keep it all on your tablet, your phone, whatever. And I think it's going to have a nice little flair to it, and I'm sure they're going to incorporate more features into it. They probably, I don't know if they want to keep it separate or if they'll add the painting app, and incorporate that kind of aspect into it, so you're not having two apps on the go. You just have one app. How do I paint my Space Marines? And it can keep like a little journal of how you paint your Space Marines, and just kind of stuff like that. I'm sure they'll make it all. It would be more suitable to have it all under one app. So that it entices people to really want to buy the subscription. And, I'm sure GW is probably going to put a lot of effort into this app, because I'm sure they realize that in this digital age, they have to keep up with the times to stay relevant, and otherwise they'll disappear. Yeah. Which is why you probably see a lot of, a lot of them branching out into other avenues, film, TV, print, all that stuff, right? Quirk! There he is. Kris, I forgot how to paint, so I watched your tutorials, and now my ass hurts from your brown tutorial. Any advice? My brown tutorial? Like, brown? I don't know where you're going with that, buddy. Other than, he's basically making a sodomy joke. Keoma, hello. I got to watch the show later. Only 5 minutes now to pop in and say hello. Hello, Jeffers. Damn, I'm late. Hope everyone is okay and coping well. Everybody is, I think, is well. These are troubling times we're in, and interesting times. I know a lot of people out there, it can feel kind of dark, confusing, scary, We'll get through it, It can seem like, where do we go from here? But I think we're in one of those moments. We definitely are in truly historic times. 20 years from now, when we're old and gray, well, I'm going to be old and gray. You guys probably, some of you might be even adults by that point. I don't know. But anyway, this is one of those moments that we're all going to be like, you remember that time, 2020? Where were you during 2020? What were you doing? Oh, I was stuck indoors painting models. I was, when the world changed, when the world made another shift, hopefully towards the better. Hopefully. Hopefully. Here's to hoping. Uber Tolucci, my problem with it being such a good value, it makes me think about getting two. Well, sure. I mean, if you got the resources for it, dude, get two. I'm not really one for telling you how to spend your money. I mean, spend it however you like. It's your money. Your models, your money. I mean, do what you want. Dr. Xantos, 8th edition limited rulebook had combat gauge coins, tokens, cards, and some art prints. Yeah, that one had a lot of stuff with that one. That was a pretty good value, even though I think it was probably $200 for that at the time. Coma, they will probably have some of the Indominus for the actual release in 2 weeks, and it says temporary out of stock on the site. Yeah, see, I don't know. Are Canadians behind on the times here? I don't see anything for. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I click on Warhammer 40,000 on the main site, and I get the first Strike box set, getting started with 40k, the Intercessors paint set. You know what I mean? I get all the generic early stuff. Unless, of course, maybe it's no fear starter set. So nothing yet. No, usually it's under the new and exclusives tab, and all I'm seeing is the Age of Sigmar stuff and the Blood Bowl stuff. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. So, I'm sure it'll pop up soon enough for the Canadians, and the Canadians will get an opportunity to crash the GW site. I'm sure. Jeffers, I need more info on that app. Don't want to turn around and buy 3 Chaos codexes in 1 edition in order to get the code to play my army. Yeah. I mean, once more information comes out, because they said in the coming weeks. So it doesn't look like the app was out, because I was looking for. I went onto the app store. I had a look, and I didn't see anything in the app store as far, because they say sign up for My Warhammer, and I looked for My Warhammer and it doesn't show up. So I guess, and I mean, the article that they just put out on Warhammer Community, it tells you to go to sign into My Warhammer, and that's not a thing. So, and there's no links, and I would imagine in that article they would have had links in there to, obviously to make it easy for everybody to go and spend money on Games Workshop, and what I mean. So, because I'm sure everything they do, they want to make it easy for everybody to spend the money. So it's no shock, but I mean, they're business, so what I mean. Just don't assume that they're your friend. They're a business. They're in the business of making miniatures for us all to buy, because we all love them and are addicted to them. And do they exploit it? Yeah, possibly. Do they prey on our I was going to say our. I can't even say the word. Anyway, yeah. So, but I'm sure they do. But that's business, and every business is like that. If you think that there are good, wholesome businesses out there, you're pretty naive. And yeah, no, they're in the. They want to make money because they want to keep going, because they like having jobs and they get to have fun, making miniatures and playing games and having fun And, what's wrong with that, really? But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the app, and I'll most likely get a subscription to the app. I'm curious. It'll guaranteed it'll have a couple bugs, and guaranteed everybody on YouTube, Twitter, and everything like that are just gonna talk shit about it, and it's a broken app, piece of garbage, blah blah blah, right? But I mean, the beauty of digital products is that they can be patched and repaired and upgraded and stuff like that, right? So hopefully, what I'm hopeful of is that Games Workshop is being very serious about this app, and as something that is going to be in the future, 5-10 years down the road, that we'll still be using this app as part of our our gaming culture, as far as how we're absorbing codexes, rules, updates, building our army lists, how we paint our models, and what I mean, like whatever other crazy ass features you can think of that you'd want in an app. Of course, it might, maybe if the app would become too big, it's kind of bloated, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know where the hell I am in these comments now. I will say I'm right here. FireJerk18. Hello, peeps. We're talking GW scumminess today. Scumminess? Business. I don't know about scumminess. I mean, all businesses have a degree of scumminess to them, to the practices. Because business people, like businessmen and women, they're always looking to screw each other over in some fashion or other. Don't ever make the mistake that, anybody who's in the business world, right? Because they're always looking for the better deal, and they're always trying to screw the other person out of a better deal. And how do you maximize profits? By shortchanging somebody, right? That's how you maximize profits, is keeping your costs and and reaping high profit. And so, yeah, I mean, as far as I can see, all business people and the business people that I've known through all my years, yeah, they're all scummy at some point. Yeah. So, thinking that any business is not scummy, it's naive. They're all scummy to some degree. It's just the nature of the game itself. It's a scummy game. It's screwing people over for money, right? It's reaping high profits for minimal effort, minimal product. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, right? It's all scummy. Ebb and Flow. Speaking of paint apps, has anybody tried Paint Rack app on iOS? No, I have not. Diggery Dude. The price of the box sets doesn't really bother me so long as I feel like I'm getting good value from the set. It's always been an expensive hobby. I guess I'm used to the cost by now. Yeah, I mean, like if you want to stay within the hobby and want to continue and get the new stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you told me 30 years ago that I would be spending $100 and some on a single plastic model, I would have laughed at you. And if I had known that then, when like armor cast Titans were a thing, because those were only like $100 and some at the time, I would have bought more of them. I would have bought them, actually. I didn't even buy the armor cast stuff because they were like unofficial rules. And when I was younger, in my teens, I was in that mindset then of official Games Workshop rules versus homebrew and stuff like that. So these days I don't really care, as long as it's not too wacky. I'm okay with homebrew stuff. As I don't really, like when you're younger and you're new to the gaming and stuff like that. And I mean, even as you get older, you still, can still be this way. But I'm just more concerned with, having fun as opposed to winning. Winning it's nice to win, sure. And I mean, I play a lot in tournaments too. I go to a lot of tournaments. Well, in 8th edition, I've played a lot of 8th edition, and as opposed to previous editions where I didn't play quite that much. And like, I like to win, and tournaments are fun, but if I don't win, I'm not broken up about it. I'm not, oh man, I could have did this, could have did that. I mean, the tactical challenge of it all, I find, intriguing. I mean, I enjoy chess, right? When I lose, but I like to win. I like to know where I went wrong, what I could have done, how could I have planned my move out better, and I deal with that in Warhammer 40,000 the same way. I could have done this better, and becoming more efficient, and, but am I looking to be the best wargamer out there? No. Do I need to win tournaments? No. Same with painting. And, there was a time when, I should really up my game so I can enter more competitions and stuff like that. And as I grew as an artist, and, my canvas work and stuff like that, and it's not necessary, because it's not what motivates me to be better. It's just, it's really more for my own gratification to, become better at painting, become better at wargaming, become better at life, being better at a husband, father, cooking, whatever, right? And, you should always have that kind of goal in the back of your brain at all aspects of your life. You want to get better. So how do you become better? Well, you become observant of how you're doing things. You become very conscious of what you're doing, even speaking and, whatever's right. And you just make a conscious effort, being conscious of your moments. And you'll find that when you are more conscious of these things, of yourself, your behavior, what you say, what you do, how you do it, you find yourself being more in the now than anything. When you're very conscious of it, not being self-conscious to the point where, oh, should I do that? Oh, no. But just, oh, I was doing this. Oh, why do I do that? Oh, it's because I probably did this, and what I mean? And it requires self-reflection as well. And, you can just do it. And you'll find that, you are more in the now. And I think being more in the now is very important, especially, for a lot of you guys out there who have families and jobs, and, you're juggling all sorts of things in your life, and you have aspirations for becoming, a much better painter, and much better painter. That's good English, right? See? Very conscious of even what I say. Because I just spit out verbal soup all the time. But anywho, just, it just begins somewhere, and it's just, even the aspirations to become a better person, even myself, I've slowly, baby steps since I was a young man, becoming more tolerant, accepting of others and things of that nature. Because like I said, I've said it before, I was a jerk. I was an asshole when I was a younger man, in my teens and stuff like that, and I got into a lot of fights, and I didn't really start them, but I definitely finished them. I don't regret them. It made the guy who I am today, but what do I learn from it? What did it solve? Right? Ultimately, not much. But who knows? Rancor Prime. It'll be live 1 p.m. Eastern Standard on the Canadian site. Yeah, I kind of want to see how fast it goes. I should have like a timer up and see how fast the site crashes or it goes out of stock on the Canadian site. What time we at? Oh, we got 14 minutes. Okay, we're okay. We got time. Jabba's left not prey on our addiction. Yeah. Jeffers, do you believe they will gun it for Battlescribe and other list builders? I think their best bet is not to bother trying to take those kind of things down, like Battlescribe. And Battlescribe is kind of a hard one to do because they only created the app. It's up to it's the community that builds the files. So, legally, I don't think, there's any recourse there. It's kind of like file sharing kind of thing. It's a gray area, right? But anyway, I think Games Workshop, realistically, if they want to, have people stop using Battlescribe, is make a list builder that is every bit better than Battlescribe. Everything that everybody wants Battlescribe to do, that's what Games Workshop should be doing. And hopefully they do it, right? Because I would be perfectly fine, again, with this subscription to the app if it was every bit Battlescribe and better, and also had all the IP bells and whistles, right? If it had the the facade, like the front end, the user interface was very 40K, right? Or is it for both? Is it for 40K and Age of Sigmar, or is it just a 40K app? Are they going to do a app for both? I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I have no idea. Ghost Star Mandalux. There are good-hearted businesses out there, just not any of the big ones. Right. Quirk. New idea for a drinking game. Every time Kris says, take a shot. Yeah, you guys all be all passed out on the floor. Dylan Boyer. Hey, can I ask what you think of the Space Marines from Indomitus when it comes to painting, building, as I've managed to pre-order a box and wanted to know what I'm getting myself into. Dylan, the Space Marines are a... do I have the instruction booklet around? The Space Marines... Oh, hi, Poochie. I didn't hear you come in. The Space Marines, they are monopose, meaning that, they pretty much go together in one way. But, here's the instructions here. And you can see a Space Marine's two halves. You slap his backpack on. You put his chest on, his helmet on, and then the gun in the arm. And then glue him into the base. Now, the thing is, now I found with the Necrons here, because the Necrons are only a couple parts. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, each Necron warrior was only 5 parts. And you can press fit it all together. You don't even need glue. You can press fit it all together and fix them into the base, because the base are keyed. They have little hexagonal pegs to them, and you key them right into the base. I didn't even realize it at the time, but yeah, the bases are keyed. And so, here, look at the guy with the banner. He's got 4 pieces? 5. Sorry, 5 pieces. He's 5 pieces for this big pretty model, and he's 5 pieces, right? And they're press fit. They're like, you can see here on this picture here, the backpack has a big peg running through it, which means it pins all the way through, keeping that model together. So these are pretty straightforward. Honestly, if you're just gonna collect them and play with them, you could just hand do them all together and have a go at it. If you're going to paint them, then I definitely would recommend you glue the models and assemble them properly. Go through, take your time and work through, assembling them, cleaning them, cleaning mold lines off, stuff like that, right? But if your intention is you're just getting into this hobby and you just want to get into the wargaming is the part that really has you fired up to get into this hobby. Yeah, just assemble them and, find one of your friends and play a game, and yeah. But if your goal is to play and paint, then you might want to take your time and assemble them, prime them up, base coat them, and you can move on from there. Yeah, I did videos, tutorials on the Necrons. I did a tutorial on the Warrior. This is a really fast paint job, really fast. I also did a tutorial on this guy. So far, this guy's more work in progress right now. But yeah. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh man, I need like a paper towel or something. What I need is a thingamabobber. Anyway. Nathaniel, Kris, as a software engineer, let me tell you, once an error is patched, 127 new errors occur. Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, programming is all big, house of cards kind of thing, right? Quirk, I feel attacked. Oh, because of business people? Have you operated yourself ethically and morally? Can you honestly say it? I'm sure you'll say yes. But only you, when you lie, like honestly, when people lie, they're only lying to themselves. I mean, that's the thing about lying. Ghost Star Man looks. No, Kris, you have to win every tournament and competition. It proves that you're a big manly man. Yeah, you have to. You have to win every tournament, right? Every competition. Yeah, that's the only way to prove to everybody that you're a manly man within this hobby. Fire Drake 18. I at least like to get dinner first before he bends me over. There should be somewhere a company gets back to, at least not to make you feel like a little lingering regret after purchase. Lingering regret, I think that's mostly on your own end. Because they're just putting that product out there. You don't have to buy it. Like, nothing says that you need more Space Marines. You want more Space Marines. But nothing out there says you need it. And you don't even have to have that big rule book. They already gave out the rules for free. You can play the game without the rule book. So, right? So the guilt is on your end. Unfortunately. Samuel Senfratello. Wow, this is an inspirational chat today. As someone older, 57 years, hobbyist, I can relate to your observations. Yeah, Legion, you can reflect on yourself and your past acts. That's a skill that some are sadly missing. Well, unfortunately, yes, but the first step is always recognizing, that you want to make a change. That's the first step. If you're not at that first step yet, then, don't force it. Don't force it on other people, right? Don't force yourself on other people. I mean, I force myself on other people all the time, so. Heretic Scott, I kind of feel like GW models change. They seem to assemble in ways that make converting more difficult. Well, that's the nature of the way they've been doing these kits, with these monopose kits, since Dark Imperium? I don't even know. The box set beforehand, was it monopose as well? It may have been. But anyway, with the monopose, I think really what they are... Oh, we're leaving me now? Okay. See you later. Doogie. With the monopose, the way they're cast on the plastic, I think it makes it difficult for recasters to cast those sprues. I think that's one of the reasons they do it. And that's why like a head and an elbow and a knee are one bit, and a leg, and because the Necron, like this guy, to get this guy's upper like his head and his two arms, you actually have to do a bit of a crossover. You have to take the bit in and then turn it into place to make it line up. But you can just pretty much press fit it all together. And so far, all the Necron warriors and that stuff, that's the only stuff I've played with so far. And they're press fit. So, but I mean, when they're assembled, they look great. And the mold lines and stuff like that, at least with what the box set I have been very minimal. Sometimes, with styrene plastic kits, sometimes, when the plastic doesn't get all the way into a part, like a guy's missing a foot or stuff like that. I have not found anything like that yet. But again, it's early press, right? So it's probably why they do limited runs. They probably know, how many times they can run that mold. But I mean, mind you, these styrene plastic kits, they're aluminum molds. I don't know how fast an aluminum mold runs out, because back in the day, like, it was all vulcanized rubber that they used to use for the pewter models, and they had a lifespan. They could only do so many castings with those molds. But I mean, styrene plastic molds, they're machined aluminum, and we're back again. Okay, all right, we're going in circles today. Machined aluminum, and so I can't see styrene being that heavy a wear on the molds, right? So I don't know. I'm not in on those business decisions, so it's speculation, and I'm basically talking out of my ass at this point. But yeah, the converting them, it is more challenging, and they, like I said, they are monopose, so like part A, part B go together, and they kind of have to. You can't take part B and part C and put them together because it just doesn't work. They won't line up properly, and it won't look right. But again, this box set, if you're a Space Marine player, you're excited. If you're a Necron player, you're excited. If you're brand new to this hobby, you're excited. Me as an Eldar player, the box set, other than the rulebook, doesn't really offer much to me. But I've been having a lot of fun doing these Necrons because I've been doing them kind of, T800 style, right? So I have been having fun with them. I'm not super fired up about doing Space Marines. I might do Space Marines. The one things that I am kind of excited to paint up as far as the Space Marines are concerned is this shield duder, the shield captain guy, whatever the hell he's called, and the bikes. But that's it. I'm not super fired up for Space Marines. The Necrons, though, like all of these models, I want to get to. I do, and I've been talking about this on getting projects done, that I may end up just doing all of these models. I'll probably film some of the stuff here and there that I go through, because like I want to get to this thing, whatever the hell this thing is. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but I do want to get to this thing, and I'm probably going to do them all in a similar way, because either I finish it and it's a complete little faction, maybe it's a launching off point, and I do have probably more Necrons to do, probably like another 2,000 points to add to this. I have like the Flyers. I think I have 2 Monoliths, bunch of Warriors. I've got a whole bunch of Necrons that are just sitting on sprue. So, yeah. Anywho. Where the hell am I? Jeffers. People slag those bikes for the low center sitting, but damn wish Chaos got new bikes. For low center sitting, they're plastic models. They're not real. They're not real bikes. So, I mean, what? Because they sit really low to the ground? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? John J. I paint with no pants. And flex. Dylan Boyer. Okay, thanks for the help, as I was worried they were really badly covered with mold lines and stuff. No. At least, box set I got, it was very minimal mold lines. They've gone together. Like, you don't need, like, honestly, you don't need glue to assemble these models. You don't even need glue. So if you're brand new to this hobby, I don't know how far into this hobby you are, or where you consider yourself within this hobby, but yeah, you can just press these models together and assemble them. They're that easy. You can, like, an afternoon, you just free them from the sprue, press them all together, and you can be playing with them. If you're going to take the time to model them properly and make them look good, yes, you definitely want to cut them from the sprues properly, clean the mold lines off, and glue them together and everything like that. So yeah. Old man Logan, hi there, Kris. Happy Indomitus Day. Yeah. Oh crap! It's already 101. Jeez. Hold on, I gotta refresh the website. I'm on the website right now. Oh, it's not refreshing. Oh shit! It's already crashed. Hold on. Or is it gonna make my internet spike? What's going on? Is it going to refresh or what? It's not refreshing. Excuse me. It's kind of funny. It's not refreshing. Awesome. Ghost of Starhead Deluxe. I force myself on people all the time. Kris, that's rape. You're right. Okay, so Indomitus is up. that took a little bit to pull up the page here. I'm gonna pull up the page here. Hold on. I know, big freaking whoop, right? So let's click on buy. I should have clicked the buy now, right? Okay, buy now. Let's pretend we're gonna buy one. Oh no, that might add into the cart and then might screw somebody out of a deal. But anyway, come on, buy now. Let's go. The site's taking forever. That's hilarious. Okay, everybody, go to the site. Just go to the gamesworkshop.com through the Canadian gateway, and let's see if we. Well, I guess the American side is probably taking the orders now too, right? Is that the deal? Let's see if we can get a proper crash going. I still have not pulled up the frickin' thing yet. I mean, yeah, it's still waiting for gamesworkshop.com. That's hilarious. I mean, you know, it's good. I mean, like, honestly, like, it is a good value for the box. I mean, you know. And I'm sure Games Workshop, just to get everybody spending again, especially since, you know, they were shut down for a bit, I'm sure they probably really wanted this to be a success. And, you know, so, yeah. Anywho. Fire Drinking, the episode where Kris gets canceled. Yeah, I might get canceled. Who knows? Oh, man. Samuel, it's not rape if the recipient expresses appreciation afterwards. Just saying. Geez, Sam. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know. We're treading some pretty dangerous territory there. Old man Logan came in late, so I just thought I'd get the tail end of that. No idea what we're talking about. Yeah, exactly. Malev, there he is. Malev Dashinobi. Is it Dashinobi? Dashinobi? Anyway. Yeah, the website appears to be crashed. Yeah. Oh, no, there it comes up. Hold on. There's all sorts of dude. Show all. Give me all. Here, let's go. We're having fun crashing GW's website, right? Come on, show all. Ooh, I want these cards. Battlezone Manufactorum Battlefield. What's that? It's like a card thing or tile thing. The Crusade Journal. You know, not fired up for that. Limited edition, $250 Canadian for that box. $80 for the rule book. $190 for the Match Play Essentials. That's the core book, that Battlefield things, and the 2 Grand Tournament and the Manufacturing Field Manual. I want that field manual because I want the points values. And I'm going to probably pick up these cards. I've already got Dan Max Aggression. Give me those. The Combat Gouge. Come on, I said click view all, you ass. Let's go. View all. I think the box set's already gone because otherwise it'd be at the top here, right? I think the box... That's not even 5 minutes, people. That's not even 5 minutes. And it was already gone. Son of a bitch. I mean, thankfully, you know, I don't need it. I'm going to pick up some other stuff, but yeah, not today. Well, hopefully Dan's already getting that stuff for me. I don't know. Greg Gurman, I clicked buy now, but the cart didn't register. Oh, really? Dylan, if you want to know a rough time for selling out, it took 13 minutes to sell in the UK. Yeah. And Fire Drake, just go to eBay. Yeah, just go to eBay. It'll be on eBay. The Heretic Scott, I can see you can pre-order some new paints too, such as Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss. Oh, really? I wonder if that's how they got the new tinted armor look on all the models. I don't know. Malev? Is it Malev? Anyway, I'm a little sad. Warhammer isn't on the cover, but I guess that art is cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's cool. Screw you, man. Come on, view all. Sorry, not screw you, Malev. It's the damn. You click that view all so you get like the full page, right? And it's not coming up. I want to see what else is there. So not even 5 minutes, and yeah, it's kind of like trying to get concert tickets. We go through the same shit with trying to get concert tickets, and yeah. View all. Give me view all. Damn it! I'm getting annoyed now. We're gonna experience some nerd rage here in a second. Chaos Dragon Knight. Only have French box set. Oh, they only have French? Well, are you going to learn French to play 40K? Nathaniel, okay, you gotta go. Met a girl and taking her out for dinner. Ooh, see you guys next time. Awesome, Nathaniel. Awesome. See you later, buddy. Good luck. Don't be a Kris and force yourself on anybody. I think that's just all around good advice. Don't force yourself on people, for God's sakes. Nobody likes it. Well, maybe some like it. I don't know. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm definitely getting myself in trouble. For sure. For sure. For sure. This could be Kris's last episode. Okay, screw you, man. This website, I swear. Okay, everybody get off the site. I want to see what else is available. Come on. Because they got the objectives. They got that combat gouge. And they got the little 40k carry case, which is the little small one. Which I like. I like that little carry case. It's kind of handy. I use it for Necromunda. When I go to Ashes and I bring in all the models and stuff. I like that little carry case. Just for, like small stuff, right? But, I mean, for a 40k army, a kill team, Necromunda, Warcry, Underworlds, that case is excellent. It's perfect for the amount of models you're going to carry, right? But for Warhammer 40,000 and Age of Sigmar, I mean, if you're going to do tiny games, it's all right. But I mean, most of the time 40k, I mean, like, most of us are playing, anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 points usually, right? And that kind of case, that little case like that, it's just a bit bigger than what you get from like Burger King, to hold your burger. It's like just a bit bigger than that. So, I don't know. Oh, I'm getting annoyed. Let's refresh the site. That's probably gonna take half an hour. Oh man. Anyway, let's go back to some comments here. Melev, the U.S. site is complete zooped. Zooped? What's zooped? That's a new one for Kris. Just loading ever since you first realized the time. Yeah. Ghost of Starman. Lucky, Nathaniel. Lucky. Well, hey. Nathaniel's no longer in the chat right now. Jeez, what the hell? Oh, because they're adding a whole bunch of shit here now. Rune Lord Brass. Canopic Alloy. Armor Shade Gloss. Cryptic Armor Shade Gloss. Ooh, yeah. And it looks like it's almost like an Agrax Earth Shade. Or maybe it's like Reichland. Or maybe it's a completely different tone. Here, let's go to the window here. Hold up. Yeah. And can I move this? I'll move this over a bit. There we go. So, yeah. So on the far right there, Cryptic Armor Shade Gloss. Is that the same as Reichland or Agrax? Like the way, if you look at it, I can't look on it right now because this took forever to get to this point. And yeah, is it the same or is it a different hue? It looks like a different hue. It almost looks like it should be. It almost looks like it is the same value as Fire Slayer Flesh. In contrast, holy shit! What the hell happened to the page? It all disappeared on me. What the fritz? View all. Okay, give me the view all. Or was that the view all? It finally clicked through? Holy crap, how long was I talking about that? I clicked the view all again. Let me see here. View all. Okay. Let's see if that loads up again. Oh, thank you, dog. My doogie doesn't want to stay put. It's kind of warm in my office right now. You can probably hear a slight droning in the background. That's my fan. So, but yeah. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Real hobbyists can carry their models in the same bag as their burger. And carry both at the same time. Carry the burger with their models. That's when you know you're a real hobbyist. That's when you can carry your Burger King in the same bag. Uber Tolucci. The US site doesn't have the box available from the beginning. Oh, really? Malev. Zooped is just like when you say zoop, but for longer and is generally more strenuous. Also, I tend to make up words. Yeah. I do it too. Well, that's the excuse I use because basically I'll mispronounce something and then I say, oh, no, it's my accent. That only works on Europeans and people in Asia and anybody else that outside of North America. That tends to work. Oh no, it's my accent. It's it's because I'm from Canada, eh? Ghost of Star Red Deluxe. Egg-Rex and Reichland already have gloss versions. Yes, I know. I know about the gloss versions of those because I'm a big fan of those. But I'm talking about the value of the color. Is it the same as Egg-Rex? Like the color swatch on the site. Is it does it look like the same color as the Egg-Rex? Like this is something that might replace one of those two colors, or is this a completely new color? And for like the Necrons, because that's interesting. That's very interesting. Because like looking at the picture of it, it looked well. I'm not looking at the picture anymore, but the color tone, it almost looked like the same color as what you get from Fire Slayer Flesh. Is Fire Slayer Flesh? No. Or Death Oath Flesh? No, it's Fire Slayer. No. Not Gilliman Flesh. Although it could be Gilliman Flesh too, because Gilliman Flesh kind of has that same tone. Piss off. Where the hell is it? Okay, I give up. I quit. I give up. There's too many damn paints behind. There's all those paints behind me. Yeah, screw it. But I think it's Fire Slayer Flesh. It's a contrast color, which is pretty cool because I wonder if we're going to start seeing more of this occur. Okay, so if it is the same color value as say Fire Slayer Flesh, which is a contrast color. I think it's called Fire Slayer Flesh, right? It's Fire Slayer. Or it's Dark Oath. Or maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Is Dark Oath? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway. But it's gloss. But it's a shade wash. Then it may actually be just the contrast value, but with the gloss component. Which is what I've been wanting. Because that means that they can potentially pump out... frick, this would be so great if they did Flesh Terror's red contrast, but they gave it the gloss component, because then that sits on top of metallics. And that'll give you that candy red. If you ever looked at any of the pictures of my Samhan Eldar of late, metallic red, I love metallic red. And yeah, that would look really kick-ass if that's the case. If they put up, if they're going to slowly introduce, these gloss values and just introduce them as like shade colors, but with a gloss component, because the gloss shade washes sit on top of metallics way better. I've mentioned this before many times. Like with the contrast paints, using them on top of metallics, it looks good, but they finish with more of a matte finish, and that kills the metallic luster. And that's why I prefer using Egg-Rex Earthshade gloss for like golds and stuff like that, or even Reichland Flesh Shade gloss for golds. You can even use it on silvers to give you rustier tones and what have you. But and Nuln Oil gloss, fabulous. That's what I used on all these guys. This is a chrome paint, and then I used Nuln Oil gloss on here to get all those dark black tones into the recesses, and to give me that that T800 kind of look, right? So yeah, very, very interesting. I'm excited, and this fucking page still has not loaded. Oh, there we go. Holy shit, that took forever. Oh, the box is up. And pre-order. Okay, hold on here. Let's have a look, folks. My page. Oh shit! Now it just jumped again. There we go. Yeah, I'm showing the box. $239 Canadian. So that's it, and it's got a clock beside it, which means that it's ticking down. I don't know. It's gonna explode, people. It's gonna explode. But yeah. Realistically, for me, I'm only interested in the Minotaurum field manual, and I like these open war mission pack, these cards. So I've already bugged my local guy to get me a pack of those. The objectives are kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not going to click them to get a bigger view, just because I'm sure it'll take frickin' forever to pull up. I like that little Necron doohickey thing, and the little energy field holding the Necron thingy. That's kind of cool. But I'm kind of still a big fan of the previous objective set. I like those ones too. They're really cool, interesting components in them. But anyway, I'm not particularly excited about this Battlefield Minotaurum Battlefield thing. I don't know if that's like, I don't even know what the hell it is. It's only $60, so is it like playmats? Is that what it is? The combat gauge, Looks cool, I guess. Anybody who's a completionist, I'm sure, will pick it up and love it. Runelord Brass, I think that's what, a metallic, and Canapic oil alloy. Yeah, I don't know if those are the same values of the brass and, you know, the what's the other brass color? I'm drawing a blank right now. Tesseract Glow. I have no idea what color that is. We got some novels. Is that it? I think that's it, because this is all the Blood Bowl stuff, and yeah. I like these mixed teams now. That's interesting. Oh, the French version sold out online. Oh. Man, everybody in Quebec just must have hurried up and snapped those up, I guess. Okay. Well, there we go. So, yeah, if you're interested in the box, I'm just going to click refresh on the page, which will probably take about half an hour to load. Oh no, it's coming back. There we go. No, it's still available. I just refreshed it. It's still available. So anybody in Canada who wants that box set, $240 for the box. It's not a bad deal. Now here's the crazy part. That box set and the special edition or limited edition core rulebook is the same damn price. No, it's $10 more. Okay, what do you get in this frickin' special edition thing or limited edition? So that's craziness. That's craziness. It's craziness. Malev, it's a bit hard to discern what color will really be via those swatches. Right, but I mean, like, but when you do a side-by-side comparison on the website, as far as what they're showing, what Agrax Earth Shade is and what Reikland Flesh Shade is, does this new Canopic Shade Wash, whatever the hell it's called again, does it look like the same value as those other two? Because if it doesn't, then that means it's a new color. But if it does, then it looks like it might replace the other one, right? That's all I was curious about, is whether or not it's a new color or if it's replacing Agrax Earth Shade or Reikland Flesh Shade. But yeah, that's all I was curious about. Greenleaf Terrain. Wowee, oh my, oh me, oh my, you are so good looking. Thanks, Adam. Thanks. Dark Commission. At least some of the Scale 75 shades intensity are glossy. Are they all glossy or just some of them? I've not used any of those intensity ones. I've been meaning to. I just haven't gotten around to picking any up. But I've been meaning to because, yeah, I like a lot of Scale 75's products. And, yeah, I've been meaning to pick those up. Greg, actually Indomitus going through now, yeah. Old Man Logan, 200 US, that's interesting. 200 US, that's not a terrible price. You just price out, you know what I mean? Like, just price out what it would cost is essentially for 20 Necrons, which most likely, if they were a box set, being 10 a piece, right? So that's two box sets of Necron Warriors, plus the Destroyers, plus the big Necron Destroyer dude, plus, 3 characters, plus those thingies, and the Walker Duty. I mean, guaranteed that is not 200. Plus the rulebook, which is $80 Canadian. I mean, it ain't cheap, but I think it's a good deal. And if you got the resources, pick one up. And if you don't, well, just wait till, it comes out. Neil Turner. Hi, Kris and folks. Cryptech. Cryptech. Yes, thank you. And you spelled my name wrong. Malev, those Battlefield things are the same fold-up kill team tiles. They're being dropping steadily for a bit now. It's just without terrain to make it cheaper, I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I mean, like, I like the deal when they do like the bundle deals, and usually, Games Workshop's been pretty good about making those deals a deal. Obviously, Indomitus is obviously one of those falls within that category. And yeah, I didn't know if they were like a tile or if it was card or if it was the like the fold out vinyl mat. Dr. Santos, from what I've understood, the battle mat is the size needed for patrol detached game. Ah, okay. I wonder if they'll put out more. Probably not. They'll probably just keep them those small ones just to make it entry level accessible for everybody, right? That's probably what it is, because I mean, a lot of things that Games Workshop has been putting out have been very, new person friendly. Like this box set, new person friendly, And yeah, I bet you that's what they're doing. They're making this so that it's very accessible for new people to get into it with a minimum of fuss. And the only people who gripe really are old cats like us, right? Who have been in this hobby for decades, right? Ruben Matnoff. Interesting. Rune Lord Brass is an old paint. I've been using that for my World Eaters trim quite a while back. Interesting. Maybe they just did a restock of it. Ariel Sazinski, the 9th edition is so lackluster compared to the 8th edition one. Yeah, the special edition or the limited edition? Is it? Yeah, let me see. Oh, it finally loaded up. Yeah, it's just a freaking book. $250 just for this book. Sorry, I was paused for a moment here. I was reading it. The limited edition copy of the essential book for Warhammer 40,000 players and fans with an exceptionally high quality finish presented in a black slipcase, packed with everything you need to know and collect and play Citadel miniatures, supports open match narrative play with most of the optional advanced rules and innovative Crusade campaign system. Oh, I wonder if it's got those supplements in it. Is that what it is? Okay, well, if that's the case, then that's kind of interesting. If it's got all those supplements, like it's got the Minitorum and it's got the the match play crap in it, I don't know. I'm just a freaking guess. Oh, it's got limited to 2,000. It looks like. It's got a fancy cover, nice artwork, probably gold gilded edges. I mean, again, for all the collectors out there, that's obviously they're going to be snapping that up. But yeah, it looks like it comes with the supplements, I think, because it's got the open play, match play, narrative play. Or is that all in the main core book anyway? It's got designer commentary. Yeah. I'm sure a whole bunch of you out there will probably be picking it up. I'm sure. I rarely go in for the limited edition stuff, but that's just me. Neil Turner, Cryptek Armor Shade is different value than Agrax. Right, but is it the same as, say, Reikland Flesh Shade? Because Agrax Air Shade and Reikland Flesh Shade on the swatches can look kind of similar, but that's all I was just curious about. Greg, now that I bought the box, I just need to find someone who wants to buy one of my kidneys. And yes, I know it's a good value. Yeah, it is. Dark Commission, the Inktense Black is glossy. Is that the only one that's glossy, or do they all finish glossy? Uber Tolucci, well, I got one. Hee hee. Do the Homer Simpson giggle. Hee. Fire Drake 18, I'm old, so now I grape is my new motto. The Gim, 9th edition, sold out Canada. Is it sold out now? Yeah? Well, I mean, are we shocked? Are we really that surprised? Come on. No, I'm still seeing it. I can buy it. I can click it for pre-order. Oh, never mind. It's gone. No longer available online. There we go. Okay. It's done. Okay. Interesting. Well, hopefully everybody's happy with their purchases. I'm sure. I guess. I don't know. I like it. I mean, like if I had purchased it, and I personally I wouldn't have purchased it because, again, like I said, I'm a devout Eldar player. All I collect right now is Eldar. I have a whole bunch of stuff, but all I do is I work on my Eldar. But I have been enjoying these Necrons. I haven't done the Space Marines. I mean, they're Space Marines. I don't really get that fired up for Space Marines, but the new Necrons I was very interested in, just because the new sculpts. And I'm actually surprised at how much detail is actually on a Necron warrior, rather than what was previously. They're really just very smooth. They were just basically just tubes and shapes, right? Whereas now they have like little divots in their armor, and there's chips and gouges and stuff like that. There's like little doodads hanging out of them, and they're really cool. The new Necrons are really cool. The tripod look of the destroyer is kind of interesting. That new destroyer that has the big thruster engines on them, that's going to be an interesting one to look at when that one comes out. So yeah. Uber Toulouche, one Indomitus box. I mean, yeah, I got you. Dr. Zentos, it's the same book. Both have 368 pages. Yeah, so I guess you're just paying for that exterior for the same price as the Indomitus box. I don't know about that. That doesn't sound too enticing. But I mean, I'm sure a bunch of completists out there are going to be picking it up. So, hey, if that's the hobby you enjoy, that's the hobby you enjoy. It's your money. You spend it however the hell you like. Again, for me, I don't really go in for the limited edition stuff. Mainly because oftentimes, when the new edition rolls around, it just becomes irrelevant. But that last collectors, it was the gamers, right? Because there was the collectors for the rulebook, there was the collectors and the gamers. And it was the gamer one that came with the tokens. I thought that was really cool. And I had considered picking that one up. I thought that was really cool. But obviously not cool enough that I bought one. But again, because I strictly focus on just one faction, on one army, and I don't really suffer from new model syndrome, only because, I paint the models for videos, and, that's really it. That's the only reason why I'd pick up new models, is because I'll demonstrate them in videos, because invariably people are going to ask me, how do you paint this about the new model, blah, blah, you know what I mean? And so, that's it. But I don't really suffer from new model syndrome. But I will tell you that when they start redoing the Eldar, yeah, I'm probably going to end up putting considerable resources into that, because I want new Eldar, and I'll be annoying about buying new Eldar. I'll be super annoying about it, guaranteed. I won't shut up about it. Alex May, this worked out perfectly. I wanted to get back into the game and collect Krons and Marines, and then a week later they announced in the box. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're looking at Marines, if you're a Marine or Necron player, or just looking to get into this hobby, I mean, like, it's a good value, and, yeah. They're easy to assemble, dude. They're easy to assemble. Uber Toulouche, Eldar are so great. Some time ago, I got a bunch of Wraith Blades, Lords, and a Knight from a friend leaving the hobby. The models are awesome. Oh, wow. Hopefully you got a steal. Hopefully you got them for a good value. Hopefully. The Gim. Collector edition books for GW has always been a cash grab. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking cash grabs here, but for what they're releasing this box set for, is that a cash grab? Because, I mean, they're basically giving you one of these for free. You're getting one of these for free. Does that sound like a cash grab? Cash grab would be charging you for both and getting the rulebook for free. That's usually the way they work, especially with these getting started boxes, right? Is you're basically getting one of those units for free. And, that's kind of fair, right? But, I mean, you're getting, like $200 for all those Space Marines. You can pay $200 for the Space Marines, which will probably be a box of 5 when they come out, for like $50-$60. That's $100 there. Those 3 bikes, that's probably another $60-$70, right? Plus the Eradicators, that's another $60. That's the cost of this box set already. Never mind the characters, which is, $60, $60, $60, $60. Oh, and then these dudes, that's another $50. Oh, this character, that's another $50. Like, just that alone. Price, like, look at the box set. Price it out. I mean, it's a steal. But, again, who's it geared toward, right? Dr. Zentos, I only have a select few collector's edition stuff. Got the Wrath and Glory RPG collector's edition, and that's pretty neat. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not poo-pooing on them. I just personally, I don't really go in for them. Because oftentimes when you roll around to a new edition, it becomes irrelevant, and it just becomes, space on your shelf. Like, it just takes up shit on your shelf. So, But I ain't saying that, not to buy them, go ahead. I mean, if you're one of those people that, you know, love that stuff and it looks great and it makes you happy, by all means, buy it. You know, by all means, buy it. If you got the resources, buy it. The Gim, redoing the Eldar. Something sucks. Something never gonna happen. Shut up. Uber Toulouche. You're just Uber Toulouche now. I'm not gonna say Toulouche. It's just Toulouche. It was about 150 for 3 kits of blades, 2 lords, a knight, and some guardians. Oh wow, yeah, that's a deal, dude. That's a deal. But I mean, he was exiting, so he was just, you know, looking to recoup a cost, right? It was just, you know. The Gim. I said books, not boxes. Books are a cash grab. The same book with a fancy cover, triple the price, cash grab. Sure. It's limited edition. I don't know. I think what would be nice is if it was like they were personally autographed by, like, you know, the design team or the rules writers or, you know, something like that. I think that'd be really cool, because that would just increase the value right then and there, right? You have a nice, beautiful art book, and it's, you know, autographed, you know, by the design team or, you know, the rules writing team or, you know, one of the GW higher ups or something like that, right? And all it takes is just, you know, quick little signature, authenticate it, you know what I mean? And that already has tremendous value. Hell, you can even do that with a regular rulebook. Just have them all sign it. Yeah, you could charge $250 for that. Definitely. They're already charging $80 for the book, but the book is heavy as balls, man. You can kill somebody with that book. Ruben Matnoff, I got the limited edition Trader's Hate book towards the end of 7th, was relatively fresh into the hobby, so I thought, nice, all the objectives, psychic, etc. cards. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, going for those stuff, I mean, like, you know, by all means, do it, you know, I mean, and yeah, some of them are good value. Like I said, like that Gamers edition, I think that was 8th edition or 7th edition, whatever it was. It had the tokens, and they were like nice, good weightiness to them. Yeah, it was really cool. Like I said, I considered. Like I said, I normally don't go in for these kind of things, but, you know, yeah. Ruben Matnoff, the only thing I could use from the whole set a few months later was the objective markers. Right. Yeah, the objective markers, because, you know, you always need objective markers. And I remember there was one that came with little skulls, and they were like counters for wounds. You often need a lot more than that, but, you know, they were cool. I mean, for dice, I still have my Warhammer 40,000 dice, which are the black dice with the Aquila on them. I still love those ones. And all the pips are like bullet impacts. I love those dice. Those are fun dice. They don't roll very well. Not for me, anyway. But, yeah. Greg Gurman, the box is already up for eBay. $400 already. Sheesh, the body's still warm. Yeah, exactly. Malev, Jason Bourne could kill several mercs with the new core rulebook. Yeah, exactly. Or what was it? Did you watch the last John Wick one, where he's fighting that giant in the library and he kills him with a book? He killed a guy with a freaking book. Dr. Zantos, email time? Yes, I think it is email time, because yeah, we're gonna round the show off at the 120-minute mark today. Samuel. Dude, some entrepreneurial person has the new box priced at $1,600 or best offer. What the heck? Yeah, because they're gonna make bank, because some crazy nut is gonna buy that, you know. Bone Ripper, people just buy it. We have just all survived a pandemic. Well, we're still amidst the pandemic. We haven't survived it yet. It's a little premature. We haven't survived this pandemic yet. And if you live in the States, dude, holy shit. Life is too short not to have fun. No, exactly, right? And I mean, like, you know, with all the money we make, are we going to take it to the grave? You know, I mean, some of us, you know, obviously put it into our children and stuff like that, sure. But, you know, some of you, I mean, like, you know, what's the point of making money if you can't enjoy spending it, right? Anyway, James Kent, you mean you can get dice that roll well? Yeah. Oh, my way, the brush dice are awesome. They roll great. I wish I had my other camera set up right now so I could roll the dice and show you guys how well they roll. And no, they're not weighted. But yeah, so everybody, all you patrons out there, yes, keep checking your mailboxes, because the dice are coming. Along with some other stuff. Oh, and something, I'll make a video for the patrons, but yeah, Something for Project Mayhem. There's a little thing for Project Mayhem in there for you guys, and I want my 100 scalps. The Gim, the collector's book with autographed and maybe some extra stuff inside. Also a nice leather finish. Oh yeah, leather finish would be nice. Nice leather book. Yeah, embossed edges. That collector's book, different cover, same book. LOL. No thanks. Yeah, see, yeah, just even having the book exterior in leather, with like an embossed Aquila on it, and that would look freaking awesome. And then if it was autographed, yeah, I'd probably, if I was a collector of books, which I'm not, yeah, I'd buy that easily without blinking. That's me not blinking. Anyway, Fire Drinking Team. I wish companies would stop scalpers on limited edition products. Apparently, they were only limiting it to 1 or 2 or 3. I don't recall. What was it? They said it on the site. Oh, the site loads normally. At least on the Canadian site, it says limited availability. If you want the item that if the item you want is out of stock, use the email. Oh, yeah, I already clicked that function. G-dubs hasn't worked yet, because the one thing I'm waiting for, that I'm okay. Because all right, I'm gonna let you guys in on something here. I clicked their email me function because I'm waiting for this son of a gun to come back. This thing right here, temporarily out of stock, because I want these Zone Mortalis floor tile sets. Yeah, this is kind of messing up my plan, and I've seen people in the UK already. This has already come back for everybody in the UK, and not for poor old Canadians or Americans. I don't think Americans can have access to this one yet either, but I want these. I want at least 4 sets of these. 4 sets? Yeah, I want 4 of them, because that will give me a 4x4. I know, $80. I know. But I wants what I wants, and I'm going to have what I wants. No, I'm going to have what I... No, you know what I freaking mean. But yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm sitting here by my computer every day. Email, G-dubs, come on. Everybody in the UK is getting them. What the F? What the actual F? The actual F. Not the hypothetical F. The actual F. Where the hell's my chat? There it is. Jeez Louise. Technocat 3. 3's limit. Old Man Logan says 3's limit. 3's limit. Yeah. Dr. Zantos 3's limit. Okay. Although I heard that shops could have gotten 300 of them. Oh, I don't know about that. Shops might have got more, or might have been accommodated for any pre-order. Maybe any stores that made pre-orders, they might have already allocated that, right? Hopefully, if they were smart, they already allocated the pre-orders for all the brick and mortar stuff. I hope. Because otherwise, yeah, a lot of people are going to get pissed off. The GIM, their email function tells you kind of late, and when you check, it's sold out already. Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing, right? But I haven't seen it go up, and I haven't gotten an email. You know what? Let's check an email right now. I mean, we're going to do emails here in a second, but... Oh, Forge World. Why is Forge World telling me the new edition's here? I know the new editions. Motherfucker, what? Yeah, that Cryptek armor shade. That looks like... that looks like... Or maybe it's Dark Oath. No, that's not Gilliman. Frick off. Yeah, it looks more like Dark Oath. It looks like that same value in the picture. It's got like this really ruddy, flesh tony to. I'm wondering if that's what it is. I suspect. I am suspect. Am I still showing my window? No, okay. Here I am going through my email, my private stuff. Oops. The email, the best box set ever. Sure. And everybody who's getting it gets a little token and the objective markers, which is kind of cool. That's cool. You know, adding value, really. Yeah, see here. Hold on. Let me switch to this window. Yeah. See, it's right there. The second one from the left. Because you got the Rune Lord Brass. Okay. You got the Canoptic Alloy. And the Technical Tesseract Glow. I wonder if it's that same green that was for the Ghosts there, Age of Sigmar, Underworlds. That green technical that they produced. I wonder if that's the same color. And the Canoptic Armor Shade. That looks like a very brown. It does not look like Reichland. It does not look like Eggrex. So I'm wondering if that's a whole new color. If it is, very, very cool. I will definitely have to check that out to see if that's the same color. Do a side by side. Just for my own edification. I mean, it's not like I'm going to make a video out of it. Although it might show up in videos. Most likely. Because if it's a really cool color, because the flesh tone on top of metallics, especially if it finishes with a gloss, yeah. All right. Technocat they said it's like contrast. Okay. Sorry, might have missed a couple of things here. Malev, I think it's interesting GW didn't budge at all on the oddities with the new logo, mainly the lettering and framing. I don't think it's a big deal, but I'll never unsee it. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be issues. Yeah, I seen that whole thing about like the lining up of the text within the logo. You know, not a huge issue. But mind you though, like a lot of people take issue with all these tiny little minute details about things and then make it a big deal. I'm not one of those people. I mean, I do get into some nerd rage once in a while, but not that big, and not over something so small like that. Like, whatever. Like a typo within the rule book. Holy man, you know, people go off on that, and it's like, all right, whatever. Fire Drake 18, Kris, what's your next painting tutorial? It's probably going to be the Fire Drake, you're a patron, aren't you? I thought you were into Patreon. If you're a patron, then like, are you wondering what the lineup is for the YouTube channel? I don't know. I thought Fire Drake, you are a patron. I thought you were. Anyway, working on this Destroyer dude, because I'm gonna finish this guy, and I'm gonna do the little Orbeez, and I'm gonna do his eyeballs, and then yeah, it's really, really fast. I've only been just kind of hammering out these guys. Just because, you know, like I said, I might keep the Necrons. I might sell them off. I might give them away. You know, and of course my brother's messaging me on Discord right now. You probably hear the little bloop bloops. Anyway, yeah. So that's what's next. Where the hell am I? Technocat. That is Tesseract Glow being used there. Okay. Malev, my bet is that the Canoptic Alloy shade is very similar to the effect you see in the new Necrons painted in, the bronzy brown vibe. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's a pretty safe bet. But I'm just curious as to actual color, because when I look at that stuff, the new Necroning stuff, I mean, you could probably achieve that just by taking Eggrex shade and Reichland Flesh shade, mixing them in a 1-to-1, and get a very similar value, right? But if this new color is, like, what I'm curious is if it color matches. That's what I'm curious about. If it color matches with the contrast colors. And basically all they're doing is they're taking the contrast colors and then throwing the gloss into the contrast mixture to give you that glossy color. I think that's fantastic. As some of you may recall, I was invited by Games Workshop to have a first look at the contrast before they released, and that was one of my suggestions to the guy who makes the paints. I said, you know, like these paints are fantastic. They're going to be huge. They're going to be around forever, and but they should finish with a gloss, because we can always knock the gloss off with Lamian medium, as opposed to the way finishing matte and trying to add a gloss onto it afterwards, because it's just not the same, you know. Technocat, they said it's like contrast. then it might be the Dark Oath Flesh or the Flesh Fire Slayers or whichever one of those contrast colors. It might be just that, and they're just throwing the gloss in, which is fantastic. I mean, if they may as well, unless of course they want to space it out and just, because contrast, and maybe they don't want to take away from contrast, but interrupt those sales, and slowly, putter out these other colors in gloss variety. Whatever it is, I'm sure they crunch the number. Again, because it's their business, right? Their business. Always remember, their decisions, they're made business first. It's not that they don't give a shit about the fans. It's just, it's business first. I mean, they want to stay viable, right? So, and all the decisions that they make, cash grab or not, are business decisions. So, whichever way you feel about it. Uber Toulouche. I would assume it's more of a gloss paint to emulate the contrast metallic. Well, I mean, the contrast sitting on top of metallics, they finish sort of matte, which, is not a huge issue, but I wish that for me personally, I mean, all the colors that sit on top of metallics, you get all the candy colors and stuff like that, they finish with a gloss, because that gives you the most luster. It's just the nature of difference between gloss, satin, and matte finishes. Gloss is like water. It's perfectly transparent, and you have 100% of the light bouncing back to your eye, and you see the most saturated, richest color. And if you have a good, solid metallic foundation to lay those clear colors on top, you have this really beautiful, it's like sports cars, right? This is metallic sports cars. You have that beautiful read back to your eye. When it finishes satin or matte, that diffuses the color coming back to you, and it desaturates the color, what you see. So that's why when you lay paint down fresh on top of a color, you take any color and it looks really, really saturated because it's still wet and it has that glossy finish. That's why. And then acrylics are really bad for, being very, very saturated, and then when they dry, they finish matte, and the value changes. You see a desaturation in that value. That's why, because the light is getting scattered every which way. It's not 100% of the light coming back at you. That's why. It's all about our brain, the way we interpret color. That's what it's all about. And I prefer, personally, colors that finish glossy, because I can always knock them out and knock them back down. But it's harder to bring them back and bring them glossy again. Opaque colors you usually can, but when you're playing with clear colors and transparencies on top of, even opaque colors, you want them to finish glossy, so that if you want, you can knock them down. But you always have that option. That's all. Again, it's my nitpickiness, and it's me fussing over these colors, and yeah. Like, for example, you really want to see something like that, take a fluorescent color, okay, apply it onto a surface. You'll see it finishes mostly glossy. Put a matte finish on top of it, and put a gloss finish on top of it, like side by side, and you'll see that it interrupts the intensity of color you see. So anyway, go Starman Deluxe. To be honest, GW is really bad at proofreading. I think pretty much every 8th edition book I have has at least had a couple of spelling grammar errors. Sure. But again, people have this impression that GW is this massive, massive company. It really isn't. It really isn't. They're the biggest in this game, in this hobby. They are a big corporation worldwide, but they're not. When you think of like a big company, you think of companies like Microsoft, IBM, Google, right? You think of these massive companies, and you put Games Workshop in that same category, and they aren't. They're not that big. Ghost of Starman. When you're paying as much as you do for Codex, it'd be nice if there was a bit more polish. Definitely, always, definitely. Fire Jerk 18, I didn't see the last video. If you said what the next project was, I rarely ever say what the next project is, because sometimes I don't even know what the next project is, because I'm making it up as I go. I very rarely have a plan. With this Indominus, yeah, I kind of have a plan, but the The Gim, your fan is making my subwoofer go off and make my floor feel like a heavy transport train is going by. No, too bad. It's hot as balls, man. Even though it's raining out. I think it's still raining. But anyway. Yeah. The Heretic Scott, Kris, I've been having issues with Vallejo game washes. Sometimes when they dry, they give a strange white finish. The brown umber wash and the red wash seem to suffer from it. Again, I don't like to jump immediately to bad batch, but let that be the last resort of why it's occurring. Okay. In my experience, whenever colors and washes have finished with that white chalkiness or it looks kind of funny, one is either there's a lot of water. You might have hard water issues, and when you're mixing that and you're thinning it into your shade wash, and then when you're applying it, that water is mixing and it's giving you that funny finish. Two, could be your primer. Your primer might be a little too heavy, especially because primer often has a very matte finish, and if it's too heavy, it just sits on the surface, and then that mixes with that wash, and especially if you're priming and then applying the shade wash on top, that can occur. You should, whenever you're priming, you always should, even if you're going to say if it's a black primer and you want the model to stay black, you still lay that black base coat down, because oftentimes that gives you a smoother finish. That's why the paint often finishes very smooth, because it allows the shade wash. And when you're doing shade washing, laying down a varnish on gloss, even a smoother surface, gives you better capillary action versus going with matte, where it'll spread like paper and it'll give you. But if that's the kind of effect you're looking for, then by all means continue doing it. But if you want just the shade wash to do that shade washing ability, lay that gloss varnish down, or shade, or lay down a nice smooth base coat, whatever it is, so that it falls within the details and does not change the value of your colors too heavily. And of course, bad batch, something in the paint, or it's gotten old. And of course, making sure that you shook the paint very, very well. That's the other big one, making sure that it's thoroughly shook. But you put a pick in Discord. Technocat, what's the Discord? Never mind, I see the link. Yeah, the link is in the description. And I saw Technocat, you just joined us, so welcome, Technocat. Feel free to post and peruse around. Oh, you posted a picture. That's the Tesseract Glow. Oh, it looks really cool. Now, did you use that? Did you use that new shade wash on the metal? Did you just do like lead belcher spray and then use that shade wash? Is that what you did? I'm afraid, Technocat, I'm going to need more, but you know what? I'm going to change one thing. I'm going to change a rule, because now that you're joined us and you're posting, you are now a certified monkey. Technocat, you're a certified monkey. You're certified. You are probably certifiable, but yeah, you're certified now. So I'm just going to say real quick, Technocat, welcome, because I always like to welcome new people to the Discord. So welcome. Oh, I hit one extra key there. Anyway, very, very cool. Yeah, he posted the picture. That's that green. Yeah, it looks like it finishes more yellowy green. And I think that other one that was for the ghosts in Underworlds. And what the hell's the faction called from Age of Sigmar? All the ghosts. Anyway, you know which one I'm talking about. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Yeah. Technocat, I put the pic in the Tesseract Glow being used on the Discord General. Yeah, cool. It's not mine. It's from another site. Not sure if that's the new shade wash as well. Oh, okay, wasn't you. Night Haunt Gloom. Thank you, Technocat. Yeah. Uber Toulouche, the ghosts are the Night Haunt. Thank you. Yes, Night Haunt Gloom is the name. Yeah. Thank you, John J. Dr. Santos, Kris, what's your next project? Kris rolls the dice and falls to the floor and disappears. Yes. Yeah, pretty much. Come on. Do I look like a guy with a plan? Ruben Matinoff, Night Haunt. Yes, thank you. Night Haunt Gloom is the paint I'm thinking of. Night Haunt Gloom, and then there's the other one that has a blue teal look. Yeah, there was the green and the blue. I was curious if that green was that same green, or if that green that's for these new Necrons, if that's a new green. But judging from that picture, it has a very yellowish hue to it, to that finish, which means that it is not the same, because I'm pretty sure that the green for the Night Haunt Gloom does not finish with that same value of green. The green that a Night Haunt Gloom has more of a colder finish. It doesn't have that warm finish with the yellow. It had more of just a colder finish to it. I don't know how they get to that value, but you know what I mean. I think it has more of a blue finish to it, I guess, is really what it is. Yeah. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Kris, what are the conditions for being a certified monkey, by the way? I always give anybody who makes regular posts, not regular posts, but who's posting and who's interacting, become certified monkeys. Everybody who's, doesn't post and, is just kind of lurking, which is nothing wrong with, feel free to lurk. But anybody who makes posts and talks and, interacts and stuff like that, yeah, they become certified monkeys. That's how I certify everybody. And then, of course, if you start talking crazy, then you get tinfoil hat wearing monkey. And if you're really super awesome, then you get clever monkey. But you got to be super awesome. And I can't tell you what those conditions are because it's arbitrary. And it's whatever mood I'm in. But yeah, so Technocat, yeah, I already gave Technocat for making posts. And there's somebody else, they made posts and I gave them certified. That's it. That's how it is. That's my criteria. And I don't know if I've expressed that to Grim and Twitchy. That's the criteria for becoming a certified monkey. It's just whoever makes posts and converses with everybody, and yeah. But anyway, yeah, Ghost Starman. That's what you figured, yeah. That's all it is. It's just whoever makes posts gets certified monkey status. Just gets a roll. It's fun. It's nice. Have that nice little color beside your name, right? Lurkers are free to lurk, but anybody who wants their color changed, I mean, they can ask. They can ask myself, Grim, or Twitchy Granos, and because Grim and Twitchy are the moderators, and who have been fantastic. And I've been meaning to post in our own special little channel that if there was any concerns, but I would assume if there was any concerns, they would say it. And thankfully, it's been good. Everybody, all the monkeys have been really fantastic in Discord, and it's been a long time since we had any kind of issues with anything. And so, knock on wood, that remains the course. John J, I'm happy to report that with my growing girth is such that it's out of control that YouTuber fanboy shirts I have purchased, my hallowed Way the Brush shirt is the last that still fits comfortably. Well, maybe have a salad every once in a while. I don't know. Thankfully, yeah, Way the Brush shirt. And I posted in the Discord that there may be a new shirt or an addition to the shirt. Yeah, because we were talking yesterday on getting projects done that, thankfully, Ghost Starman Deluxe, and of course, Bic on Bic. Is it Bic on Discord? Yeah, have had some really great input. And of course, Ghost Starman Deluxe was really great with inspiring the idea. And I'm gonna have to send Ghost Starman Deluxe a shirt. So now we'll hash out the details later, Ghost. But yeah. Where the hell am I? The Gim, give me tinfoil hat, please. I think you already are, Gim, aren't you? Aren't you tinfoil hat? I thought you already were. Or no, because you're a patron, so you automatically get the patron status. So, and yeah, so patron status, yeah, patrons on Discord already get their name top of the list. Yeah, they're even above me. They're above me because realistically, sure, why not, right? Because without the patrons, this shit wouldn't be possible. This wouldn't be happening. So, yeah. So always much love to my patrons. Twitch Kranos, they can ask. I may be drunk though. John J, my other shirts relinquished to the drawing maw of the dog bed, and here after rage against the envy of the Way of the Brush. Fire Drake D, my mother says I am super awesome. Does that count? Yeah, it does. It does count. Although we don't have super awesome as far as a tag in the role of the Discord. Ghost Starman Deluxe, hee hee, big brain noises. Greg, guess what time it is, Kris? Holy shit, it's 2. Holy shit, we gotta get an email. Yeah, you're right, Greg, thanks. Alrighty, it is with much love and respect, and it is with just much love. Carl, thank you. Email jingle. If you are wearing headphones, turn them up or down, because here it comes. Email time. It's email time. Oh, is it done? Oops. I don't hear it on my end, so. This one is from our good buddy, Dark Commission. Hi, Mighty One. They are coming thick and fast now, and here is my latest. It is Angaras by Nuts Planet, and is from their, holy man, what is that word? Lamegton? Range of bus. Lamegton? I don't know. People are just making up shit now. I bought 3 busts in this series, and this is the first done. Unbelievably, this took only 4 hours to paint, but the 2 upcoming busts are much more intricate and detailed and will probably take 30-40 hours each. We'll see. CNCs, welcome as per usual. Cheers, aka John, aka Dark Commission. P.S. It is 1/10 scale. So that's probably, what, 5-6 inches big? Is that what we're saying? I don't know what we're saying there. And I'm just going to move this window just a little bit so that the picture is nice and centered. And this is the bust. And, like, look at the color on this. This is, like, that flesh is freaking awesome. I love the metal. I just got that. It looks like Lord of the Rings. It looks like that cat from Lord of the Rings. I can't remember what the hell he's called. The Mouth of Sauron? Something like that. That's what this reminds me of. That flesh tone is really, it's gross and it's disturbing. He's got this demon possessed kind of vibe going on. He kind of has this chaos thing, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. It's really, really cool. The flesh tone's really great. You know, like when I'm looking at that chest, like at the collarbone, I'm getting cheese pizza vibes, which is gross. Which, you know, take it as a compliment. Don't take it as a criticism of your paint job. I think, you know, obviously, if you were going for more depth in the flesh, then obviously more color blends and transitions and, you know, layers and such. But no, I mean, this gets the point across. And the metal on the head and everything like that just looks fantastic. The highlights are really great. Yeah, I really dig the vibe of the model. And it's very cohesive. As far as, yeah, look at that. Oh, look at the texture in the flesh. Look at the back of the head. That's a fucking cheese pizza if I ever seen one. That's gross. This dude's got some sort of circulation problem, I'm sure. He better head to a dermatologist or somebody, because this dude's got problems. That's really great. I love the color. And it meshes very well with the armor. The armor, you know, like it just has a very nice cohesive look to it. I mean, your work on the back of the head there looks really great. I don't know if that's painted texture or if you followed the texture of the head. Like, you know, there's just so much for the eye to look at, and that's really fantastic. And that's in part from the painting. That's part of the sculpt. And yeah, I dig it. That's freaking freaky, man. I really like how you have the separation of that face armor with the flesh. It feels like it's sitting on his flesh. Like we could just peel that off and have a look underneath. That's what that feels like. Around the collar, it comes a little too close together. There's not that separation there. Whereas on the face, I can see that separation better. Like I said, it feels like I could peel that face plate off. Although it looks like it's riveted to his head, so I don't think we could do that. But yeah, no, it's really great work. Really great color. Yeah. I mean, without like really diving deep into and analyzing the painting and, you know, looking at your brushstroke and stuff like that. I mean, 4 hours of work, I would not believe it. So this is really good. The tones on the armor is really great. I like that. It has that very weathered, rusted, worn, you know, corners still have a little bit of metal to them, whereas, you know, in the main parts of the bodies and in the divots, you know, there's just a lot going on here, and it's really fantastic. Yeah, I really, really like it. It's a really nice piece. And the back of the head, that one right there, that's just freaky as balls, man. Like, I could see the veins. Like, this guy looks like he's alive. This thing looks like it's alive. I mean, it might be undead. I have no idea, but yeah. Let's see. Can I zoom in a bit? Oh, yeah. And see, having a closer look at your brushstroke. Yeah. Now, did you use a texture paint, or is that on the armor, that texture? Or did you use like something like typhus corrosion, or, you know, some sort of pumice texture to and then add it to the color to give you that texture on the surface? But really good. Yeah, I mean, like, spending 40-50 hours on this, you know, like, initially saying you only spent 4 hours on this, yeah, unbelievable. We can do a close-in dive to it, and yeah, we can see, okay, yeah. I mean, like, if this was something being judged, then yeah, I'd like to see more transitions through in places and the blends through the color, but like getting that really veiny look to the flesh is really good. I like it. I like it a lot. It's really good. And he's like looking at you like, what do you want from me? Excuse me, sir, do you mind? Do you mind not staring at me? But really great work, John. Awesome stuff. Yeah. Oh, what's up? Dr. Santos for Carl. Yeah. Yeah. Good job of something. That's amazing. It reminds me of Freddy. Yes, Freddy. Yeah. Like the flesh is like was burned, and yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're just talking about Carl. Yeah. The Gim. Wait, I'm late to the discussion. Was Carl? Carl, come on, man. I thank him in every intro and outro. Carl was the one man who made the jingles. Come on, it's Carl. Beer and Blood Bowl. Yeah, fuck 2020. Yeah, exactly. Dark Commission. It's Kislev flesh and 4 shades pushed and stippled. Then highlighted back to Kislev flesh. There is typhus corrosion on the metal. And 3 shades. Plus 4 shades? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's excellent work. And I mean, I think like doing it as a base of Kislev and then pushing the shades and stuff like that, and then tying that back in with the Kislev flesh, I think you could have like did probably 3 or 4 glazes reestablishing those high points, and that would have given you far more color gradient in the tones, and that would have, you know, zooming in, we'd have really been blown away at the color depth, and that would have just added more and more life to it, you know. Yeah, it's really great. The Gim. I always hear Guymere and not Carl. My bad. Yeah, Guymere. Yeah, because he used to tune in a lot back in the day. Guymere Alfer. That's Carl. But yeah, and he just all of a sudden one day said, "Hey, you know, how's this sound?" And I was like, "Oh, it's, you know, really great." And he wanted to do the jingles, and we started doing it for jingles. I think I made the joke at one time, way back in the day, that, you know, yeah, before the email segment, I should have like a little segue for it. And so he was kind enough to do it, you know. And so always much love for Carl, because yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's moved on to the spirit world now. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know, he can bum me out again. Another email. This is our second email. I'm just going to do the 2 emails because, yeah, I don't want to get into too lengthy a show today. This one is from Daniel, aka Emerald Phoenix. Hi, Kris. I've recently started painting some Ossiarch. Frick, I can't even speak now. Ossiarch Bone Reapers, and my choice is Crematorians. You kill me, I explode. What's not to like? This is the scheme I've come up with so far. CNC is a welcome, please. Sorry about the poor image quality images. Cheers, Daniel, Emerald Phoenix. And so let's have a look. And so here is his Osark Bone Reapers. Now, yeah, the image is a hair blurry, but you know, that's okay. I think just on the subject of the photography, steady your hand. If you're going to do cell phone images, steady your hand on your table, especially if you're going to, you know, take these kind of images. And if you only have one desk lamp, that's okay. Just bring it closer if you can. It looks like molten effect going on inside the flesh. Oh, crematorians. Duh. Very, very cool. I think, you know what? I don't know. Like, okay, if we're going to... I don't know if... I'm not that familiar with the Bone Reapers. I don't know about these crematorians' color scheme. But if the vibe is that they're burned, I think the armor, you should do the heat tempering. Right? So you have that purple, blue, golds going on. I think that would look really cool for the armor if you did that heat tempered. So that the armor looks like it had that heat tempering going on. And same with the sword. I think the swords, the armor, should all have a heat tempering going on. It's my thoughts. Or you go with the mystical kind of thing. Whatever. Whatever. It's your models, man. You paint them up. Yeah, that's a good one there. I can see the effect, like kind of that laving kind of look. I think it's really cool. I think really, yeah, realistically, I think just going for a heat tempering look on all the metal bits, I think would be really, really cool. For the icons and such, I would paint them up, you know, straight up. Or the icon could have that yellow to orange red kind of molten look. I think that would be cool. I think the sword handle could have that tempered metal look, and the blade could have that heated metal look. It looks like it's heated up, right? The tattered cloths, that's kind of a tough one. You could paint it to look like it's burnt, or pick a solid color, or, you know, again, it's magical, right? So it can be any which way you want it to really to imagine. But I think, yeah, I think the tempered metal would be really cool. And I think playing with slight blues and purples, I think would be really cool and would look really nice next to that orange yellows going on. And that would, in fact, give you a greater visual contrast. And that would actually make the model look a lot brighter. Yeah. I think the icons, I think I would avoid too many colors going on. Unless, of course, you're going to dull it down with some other neutral type tones. But I think if you're going to play right into the whole molten skeleton duders, I think, yeah, going with a heat-tempered armor. I wouldn't go with the brown. I don't know. Unless, of course, you're sticking with... Unless this is what they depict in the codex. I don't know. Oh, this is a good image right here. Nice and sharp here. If this is what they depict in the codex and this is what you're following, then, of course, yeah, stick with that. But personally, yeah, if I was going with a whole burned-out, fiery vibe with the bones, yeah, I would do heat-treated armor. I'd probably go with a glowing molten blade. The icon on the shield would be molten. The armor and handle of the sword would be, you know, heat tempered. You know, it has those varying colors. Like, it's metal, but it has that blue, metallic blues and metallic purples, and it has slight metallic golds and, you know, stuff like that. The cloth one's a tough one because you could always do it just kind of, you know, gray with black edges, so it looks like it's burned. Or you could go with red with black edges, so it looks like it's burned. You know what I mean? Like, you can go with that kind of vibe. But if you want to tie it in with the icon, then you could paint it in the molten fashion, and it just looks like it's glowing, like its edges are glowing, and in fact it's black with, like, you know, glowing edges. So it's like it's still in the midst of burning kind of thing, right? You could still do that. Yeah, but I would avoid going with too many colors because you have yellows and oranges with the black, you have the brown and the bronze with the silver, and then with the red of the icon with the green of the blade. It's just a lot of colors going on, and if this is the codex color scheme, then of course carry on. But if you're going with your own kind of vibe and you want a more cohesive kind of look, especially if it's going to be on the tabletop, you're going to be gaming with these, then yeah, I would I definitely would just simplify the colors and not use so many colors, because basically you could do the flesh in yellows and oranges, and you can just quickly blend those out. You could do the sword in the same fashion, just quickly blend those colors out, and the icon, blend those colors out all at the same time, and then do silvers on the armor, shield, and the handle, and then do a little bit of purple and blues, just in simple glazing or shade washes, or even using the contrast. Although the contrast might get a little too deep, whereas if you thin them out a bit, and that would give you your varying tones. And of course, doing the metal, like doing the armor or the body, like where it's glowing and it's embers. You could just do the oranges, yellows. You could do a quick little blend, or you could just base coat it in yellow and just give it an orange shade wash, or vice versa, and then just give it a quick dry brush in dark gray or almost black, and that would give you that look, and that kind of looks like what you did. And I think that's pretty much how I would go about it, especially if I was doing a whole bunch of these guys. That's how I pretty much go about it. The blade, you could also go either stay with a nice bright yellow to orange glow, or you could even introduce the little black elements and go for that molten metal, or heat glowing armor metal, sorry. And same with the icon, you could have it pure yellow to oranges, or you could actually just go with a black to dark gray along corners, or you could even stipple like little black points inside the brighter areas, kind of like how like molten steel looks, has those really dark points, like lava, that kind of look. With the cloth, yeah, I mean, you could go with black with glowing yellow and oranges and reds at the edges, so it looks like glowing embers, or even just tap stippling in, say, little points of yellow, so kind of has that glowing. You never see like when wood is just embers, that kind of look. That's the kind of look I'm talking about, where you have like those little breaks of bright color along the edges and stuff like that. That would be relatively easy to achieve. You could do that with a sponge, you could do that with stippling brush, stippling motion, what have you. Like what I'm talking about here is like you could replicate that across many models pretty darn easily, pretty quickly. Even like blending the yellow and oranges, you can just wet blend those and have that effect achieved really, really fast, and wouldn't take you any time. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. So thank you guys for sending those in. That's all the emails I had. I only had 2 emails to do, which is why I wasn't in a mad rush to get them done. But anyway, yeah, so hopefully that helps Emerald Phoenix, and thank you for sending that in. Awesome stuff. And as you get more done, send more pics in, and hopefully when you're taking pictures, just steady your wrists. Oftentimes, like with a cell phone, whatever, I steady my wrists on the table and I take the picture, and if I can zoom in and what have you, but I'm not sure exactly 100% what your process is as far as taking your photos. And again, we just work with what we got. Dark Commission, I like the pizza analogy. I was thinking streaky bacon. Streaky bacon, yeah. Yeah, it kind of has like a cooked flesh, kind of like Freddy Krueger, I think. Who said Freddy Krueger? Oh, the Gim, yeah, he looked like Freddy Krueger. Oh, Jabba's Left Nut said Freddy as well. Or, yeah, he was the first one to say it looked like Freddy. Yeah, the texture of the flesh looks like Freddy Krueger, which is kind of burned but healed, or kind of not, and so, yeah. Ghost Star Man Deluxe, stream hit some lagged, or just me? Yeah, it probably lagged because I can hear somebody dicking around with stuff, but I have no drop frames. So maybe it was YouTube or Twitch, whichever one you're watching on. I don't know. But anywho, I think we're going to call her there for a day. So if you're you need some help with the color scheme, or you want to show off what you're working on, maybe a commission painting service, and you want to drum up some extra exposure, drop me an email, Kris@wayofthebrush.com. If you have pictures, send them as attachments in the email. Don't send it off as links to other sites, because it's just annoying. Often because it's just got ads and stuff like that. But yeah, so you can always submit your questions and comments and stuff there, and that's all in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all this in us has links to all the social medias, as well as Discord. Join us on Discord. It's a lot of fun, and we have lots of sharing there. And of course, if you want to an immediate response to what you are question or whatever you're showing off, whatever it is, join us on Discord. It's a nice little community. Everybody likes to share. Everybody's really helpful. All the monkeys have been fantastic there. Like I said, it's a great little community we've built there. So feel free to join us there. We have a lot of fun. WayTheBrush.com also has links for t-shirts. Want to help support the cause? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world? They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And of course, if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt, tasteful picture, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, because it's always nice to put a name to the face and a face to the name. And of course, WayTheBrush.com also has links for Patreon support. I'm independent. This is how I keep the channel going. This is how I'm able to do all this. And so with your support, I will be able to continue to do this, and that is through Patreon support. And a huge thank you to all my current patrons and everybody who just recently signed up too. Huge thank you to you guys. Huge thank you. Be sure to fill out your shipping information so that I can send perks out to you guys, where the varying tiers of support will they do get certain perks, dice and stuff. And I have other stuff planned as well. And so some of the other tiers, I actually want to have a couple other things, especially for some of you guys who are at the really top tiers. I am going to be sending out some other stuff. I haven't mentioned that yet. But again, I've been meaning to do a Patreon update. So look for that. And soon enough, I'll be doing an update where I'll be talking about some of these other little fun things I want to send out for people. So, yeah, huge thank you. And of course, if you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, clicking thumbs up, liking, following, subscribing, commenting, and all that other usual social media type stuff for YouTube and Twitch and stuff, that all helps the channel as well, because that the YouTube algorithm, you hear about the YouTube algorithm and it sends it out to everybody else. So if you're thumbing it up and commenting and all that stuff, interacting with the video, that all pushes it out further, and other people get to see it, and then they get into the fold and they help out. And of course, like I said, if you can't help me by money, which there's nothing wrong with, but you can also help by thumbing it up, and that pushes it out further to other people who might have the resources to help me out. Because I do have goals on Patreon. Believe it or not, Kris does have goals with Patreon. I've discussed this with Patreon, but I'll discuss this with everybody. That I do have 2 goals right now, more goals to be to determined. The first one being that if I reach, I think, 150 patrons, I'll remove the ads from all the videos. So, because the YouTube does not really pay content creators very well to begin with ad revenue and stuff. So it's pennies that I get, and it's not huge. And if I reach a certain point, I will remove the ads, so that because a big thank you to all the patrons, they will have basically covered my ends as far as that is all concerned. And of course, if I reach, I think, 1,000 patrons, I will definitely look for studio space. So I will open up a physical location for Way the Brush and all the silliness that I create, and basically a studio for all my filming, because I do definitely want to start getting more into getting battle reports done, and that way I can host other people to come in and play, and we'll film and have some fun. And of course, if you're out of town, it'd be nice to have a location. We can do Way the Brushes, or we can film battle reports, or we can do even painting classes, stuff like that. Like, what I mean? Like, once I have a studio space, all these possibilities become very possible. And it's through the support, and it's through you guys, and through helping, and so again, it's all you guys, right? It's all about you guys, and that's really what this channel is all about. It's about helping you guys. This is me helping you guys become better painters, better gamers, and sometimes just putting a smile on your face, and maybe providing a chuckle or two here and there, and of course maybe sometimes being a little creepy. I don't know. Whatever it is you need help with, I guess, is really what it is. If you want to be less creepy, then really don't take any of my advice. And I'm sweating. I gotta blot my forehead here. Hoof. Oh man. What time we at here? Holy camolies. Yeah, we're 25 minutes over time. That's the ending spiel. Huge thank you to Carl. Rest in peace, bud. I wish, I wish I had a drink. I wish I had something, pour a little bit out for the homies kind of thing. I know that would probably put a smile on his face, but anyway, big thank you to Carl, aka Guy Earl, for aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his channel. Obviously, if you want to support, share a little bit of love, whatever it is, Of course, it's not just Carl on Beer and Blood Bowl. It's also, he's got his other mates, Raban. and I believe there's a couple other guys there as well. So if you want to help them out and show some love, jump over to Beer and Blood Bowl, because if you love yourself some beer, you love yourself some Blood Bowl. Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. So it's always much love for him. And of course, we always say thank you to Carl, because he created the email jingles that play before the email segments of the show. So always much love to Carl. And of course, speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan for taking the time out of his busy schedule to create the intro outro music that plays at the beginning and end of the show. And so always much love to my baby brother Evan, aka ebcomics.com. I believe it's .com. You can check him out if you're into comics and rare and oddities. Comics I'm talking about, not like he's collecting people's toes or anything like that. I don't know, maybe he is, I don't know, he could be. Maybe he's collecting foreskins, we don't know. He might be collecting those. Oh man, I don't know where else we could go from there other than getting weird, getting creepy again. Any last words of wisdom here? Twitchy, I Discord. Yeah, the Discord. Yeah, thank you for Twitchy. Because Twitchy's my moderator on, and Graham, I think, as well, on my Twitch as well. I had my Demon Monkey bot. I just never turned him on. I should probably get a host or something like that for the Demon Monkey bot, so he's always available. But, whatever, right? John J., I come here for relationship advice. John, for God's sakes, man. For God's sakes, man. Don't listen to what I'm saying. For God's sakes, man. Jobs left nut. Patrons should get access to stay in your home while they visit. I'm going to go ahead and disagree with that one. I used to have the room before I was, when I was still working for Mini Wargaming, I had the extra room. But now that, Way the Brush is in my house and, my home is my workplace, I have no extra room. So I unless, of course, you're staying like right in with me, then I don't know if we're there yet, Jabba. I mean, I owe you pretty big, but I don't know if I owe you that much. To kind of just, hop in bed and just, chill out. Like sleepovers? Is that what we're talking about? Just sleepovers? I don't know, man. I don't know. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Comics about toes? Who knows? Twitchy. Should have a Patreon dog basket. A patron dog basket? What's that? A patron dog basket? Like something for my doggy? For my Jazz? My doggy just had recently just had surgery. Wow. The doggy had surgery. She had a little thing removed from her paw, and she's healed like a champ though. And she's kind of old, so we dropped a bit of money on her, because anybody who has pets and goes to the vet knows it's not cheap, and even here in Canada, it's not covered by the government, and we don't have free healthcare for pets, and she's 11 years old, 11. 10 or 11 years old now. Maybe 10. No, 11. She is 11. And just shelled out a bunch of money for her, so I better get a couple more years out of this dog. Twitchy. Dog basket for patrons to sleep in when they stay over. Oh, a dog. Yeah, like a little dog basket. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe we'll... Go start. Let's call it Patron Pet. Patron Pet? Patreon pit, or it gets the hose again. Java's left nut. I could sleep at the bottom of your bed. Oh, that's again. I mean, this is a whole other thing, right? I mean, are we talking like you're wearing like the leather mask and you got the ball gag and you're sleeping at the foot of the bed? Because that might already be occupied. Old man Logan, I'll sleep under your hobby desk. Yeah, you know what? My hobby desk is pretty big. My workstation here, and my doggy's like under here perfectly, and there's lots of room. Right, Jazz? Hey? Yeah, she's wagging at me now. She's a good dog. She's friendly. Well, I mean, I've been fortunate to have good dogs. My dog previous to this one, she was a wolf hybrid, and she was like best damn dog. She was a great guard dog. scared the piss out of people. And she had like that, that sense where, somebody who's kind of shady or whatever, she just immediately, like, her fur would flare out and she would just start growling and barking at them. And then everybody else, could be the mailman, whatever, whatever, But if it was, somebody of ill repute, yeah, she definitely would just flare up and she'd tell them to piss off and keep walking. I miss that dog sometimes. Anyway, talking about loss today, Oh, man, yeah, like Gim said earlier, fuck 2020. And did you guys see that apparently there's a fucking comet we can see right now with the naked eye? We could see this comet in the evening. There's this comet going by, and there was also this other article apparently that an asteroid blew past, like with just outside of the moon's orbit. Yeah, we didn't even know until like a day or so afterwards. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty damn crazy. That's the one thing I'm totally expecting. I know, and I don't want to frickin' freak any of you out who are susceptible to getting freaked out. But I'm gonna say it anyway because it's on my brain. Is that, having an asteroid impact this year, even a small one, just I guess really we shouldn't be surprised, It's really kind of the thing. Yeah, Night of the Comet. Yeah, that's Old Man. Yeah, that's one of the old lady's favorite movies, for like when she was young. That was one of the movies that freaked her right out. Because my wife, she's into horror and stuff like that, and it's one of her favorites. Jabba's Left Nut. Oof, I know your pain. We went to the vet with my dog today, looking at 1,500 pounds. Oof, like 1,500 British pounds. For some work, and he's 12 this year, but worth it. Yeah, I know. I mean, what else you can do, right? The family loves, and so it's you tell yourself, you didn't drop the money. 1,500, man. That's like 3,000 Canadian as a $3,000 vet bill in Canada. Spending that amount of money, currency equivalent, right? Sir Peanut Butter, asteroid or Yellowstone? Place your bets. Oh yeah, Yellowstone blasting off. Yeah, right. I mean, man, like if we have any big natural disaster. I mean, we earlier this year, Australia was on fire, right? Australia burned like mad. I mean, can we really be surprised? Man, yeah. Twitchy, it's 2020. I wouldn't bet against both an asteroid and Yellowstone, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, not to fucking freak anybody out, but yeah, what else, right? It just seems like this is that year. But again, we're witnessing. This is exciting as well because we're witnessing this moment. This is it's really quite amazing that all these things have been coming together, as it were. And culminating, and there's a lot of civil unrest, and a lot of consciousness expanding, and it is an exciting time. It's an exciting time. We're seeing a moment of great change, I think, for the better, and that is good, and it is making people. It's opening everybody's eyes to these real, very real things. How we treat each other. How we treat the environment, how we treat ourselves, this whole pandemic, it's an exciting time, and like it sounds like fuck, it's crazy, and god damn, like why are we even getting out of bed for this bullshit? And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to look at it that way. You can look at it like this is exciting. This is a moment in history that is not going to come around again, and you're going to tell your grandkids, or your diary, or vlog it, or whatever, that we were here for this moment, this where the world changed, and this is that moment where the world is changing. We're seeing it. We're witnessing. We witnessed it 20 years ago, right, when those planes crashed into those buildings, and that was a history, world altering moment when those things happened, right? And this is that moment again. We're at that moment again. I mean, every year things change, but they're kind of gradual changes, and Whereas seems like it's just like we're getting overwhelmed, right? We're overwhelmed. But that's okay, because I think our shoulders are broad enough that we can take this. And those of us that have a real hard time with this, yeah, I mean, I do feel bad for them in a sense, but also in a sense that I feel like that sometimes it is their because of a lack of understanding and education, and that they have a lot of fear and they lack empathy. That's why they feel really overwhelmed, and those are the people that feel very negatively about a lot of things going on right now. It's those people with a lot of fear in their heart, right? Racism. It's based in fear, right? Xenophobia. That's a phobia. It's a fear, right? Xenophobes are it's a fear. That's what racism is. Racism is a manifestation of fear. And rational, logical beings, they've experienced fear, but they process it differently. And that's I think really what it is it's the remnants of Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal DNA, and we have to grow past it. We have to grow and evolve past it. And that's the biggest thing. All these phobias, we're fearful of all this change, of accepting people who might be, gay or trans or whatever, the different skin colors or whatever, religious beliefs, right? And unfortunately the institutions, they want to maintain the status quo. And it's something like a pandemic, which seems really bad at first, but this is where it really shakes those things and it erodes at those institutions. And, that's actually a good thing, because you realize that these structures of power, how actually flimsy and false those things were, that really, realistically, they had no power, because it takes people to give those things power. That their power is actually from you. You give up the power to those institutions, to those people, to those ideas, to those demagogues, those falsities. That you give up that power, and in fact, the idea of people having power over you is false. You'll come to that realization. You will. And, that's it, man. That's all it is, We just have to evolve, and this is one of those moments where we are going to evolve. And unfortunately, yes, we are going to lose people. We're going to lose people. We're losing them daily, to people who are having a hard time with this new reality. We're venturing into a new world. When we break that threshold, I have no idea. I don't have the answers. I'm experiencing this the same as you, but with eyes open and without fear is really how we should be experiencing it. But anywho, that's enough of me bullshitting and ranting and talking out of my ass. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Maybe Godzilla would team up with the aliens, not to mention Skynet. Did you see that there's actually a fucking company called Skynet? It's a Chinese company. There's a company called Skynet. They actually chose that name. I was like, what? There's an actual goddamn Skynet. Like, what? Yeah. Dark Commission. UN Agendas 21 and 2030. The Great Reset. Coming soon to a planet near you. Pre-order now for 2021. Sure. Ghost of Starman. The Neanderthals were way smarter than we are. Why be afraid of other people when you can be afraid of realistic dangers like fire, big rock, and woolly mammoth? Yeah. No, I know, and it's that's what it is. It's these institutions, these ideas of power, and and it again, it's these institutions, either religious or economic, educational, just institutions in general. should always be on the watch out for, because it's these individuals, these collections of people who see themselves as an authority, and they want more power, right? What does power want? Wants more power, right? What does greed want? Wants more. And and I've mentioned this one many, many times, that if there was something that we could cut out of the human heart, the human soul, if there was something we could remove, it would be greed, it'd be envy, it'd be the want for more than what is necessary, more than we need. There's nothing wrong with a little extra. Squirrels do it, right? Nature, we see it in nature all the time. Squirrels, they pack a little extra away for the harder times, because we know harder times will come, and we're living through hard times now. And unfortunately, the way the system works right now, especially in America, but we see it in Canada as well, and we see it all over the world. America isn't exempt, and this isn't just an American problem, but people living day to day, they have to struggle to make ends meet, and then something like this comes along, and it fucking devastates people, and it's unfortunate, and unfortunately, everybody doesn't realize how important individually that they have power. They have power. You have power. Because those who you perceive as having so much power over you, that power comes from you giving up your power. So, yeah. Anywho, Red Dragon Model Works. Hey, buddy. Preach, brother. Whoa, jeez Louise. That scared the shit out of me. What is it? Arda flies again? Arda flies again? Arda flies again? Well, thanks for joining up. Thanks for following on Twitch. It'd be nice if YouTube had that. How's it going? That's going. Arda flies? Yeah, it goes. Am I saying that right? Arda flies? Arda flies again? Whoa. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of the stream, bud. Yeah, okay, yes? Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm coming to the end of the stream, but you can always hit rewind or watch again, or, yeah, but thanks for following. Usually I don't go on this long about real life and stuff. We usually do a lot of painting talk, and we try to keep it light. But it's been kind of a heavy day, and there's been a loss amongst the monkeys, and, try not to let it fucking bum me out, but, it's unfortunate. But anyway, hopefully you guys, getting some hobbying done, bringing a little joy to your own life. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with, taking some time for yourself, and just decompressing from the rest of the world, and, just going into your own head, enjoying some of your space, getting some modeling done, some painting done. Maybe you're playing some games, or maybe you're reading, or maybe you're just chilling out and staring at the ceiling, spacing out. Maybe you smoked a bowl and spacing out for a bit. Whatever you got to do, man. Whatever you got to do to keep sane in this world, go do it. Dark Commission. Whatever happens, always remember the line from Shelley's poem, Mask of Anarchy. We are many, they are few. Yes, they are. They are. It's all an illusion. This idea of these structures and stuff, it's all an illusion. And the world always shows us that these things are flimsy. It's all a house of cards. It's flimsy. It's all flimsy. It's not real. And what is real is the connections of people that we have around us. So, don't be afraid to go hug a loved one. Just out of the blue. Just give them a hug. Whoever it is, friend, family, somebody close. I hope you have somebody like that in your life. And don't be afraid to let those people in. Yeah, sometimes it hurts. But, you can't know happiness without knowing sadness. You can't know the light without experiencing the dark. And you can't know pleasure without knowing a little bit of pain. Pain. Not planes, but pain. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Sometimes you just gotta be straight up vibing. Sometimes, man. Sometimes. Alrighty, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. If you have to absolutely go out, wear a mask. And if you're a war gamer, this is one thing I recommend: is don't share your dice. Don't share your dice with other people. If you're rolling dice, keep them to yourself. Roll your own dice. Right? Don't share dice. I think that's probably the biggest one for all you war gamers out there, because as things are opening up, especially here in Canada, things are starting to open back up. But I mean, it's good. It's common sense. I mean, like I've mentioned that ages ago, that don't share dice, because some people have really bad habits of touching their nose and then touching the dice, and then you touch the dice, and then if you're gonna get sick, and then of course these days getting sick is very serious for some people. So yeah, just don't do it. But I mean, you can still have a life and still interact with people face to face. It's just yeah, we got to take precautions now. It's what it is. It is what it is. Alrighty. Take care of your brushes. They will take care of you, and I will see you guys later. I will. Well, I will. Try and have a laugh. Maybe, whatever.